All of the Democratic shills are mad as hell right now because foundational black Americans about to get the bag. Hell yeah. Meth head Melissa, she's mad right now because she know foundational black Americans is about to get that bag and she gonna get the pipe. And even the tethers are upset because they see that cash payment reparations right around the corner, and you already know what time it is. Certified salute. Let's go.
Everybody knows that all the people don't have liberties, all the people don't have freedom, all the people don't have justice, and all the people don't have power, so that means none of us do.
Reparations for Haiti because of TPS. TPS was your damn reparations. The fact that you could even walk in the country that foundational black Americans created. The very fact that you can sit next to foundational black Americans. And the very fact that your ass wasn't deported sooner than that. But we in here every day, every which way, certified, certified, certified. Let's go to the Strizniks family. Atlanta represent. Fresno, Oklahoma City. You know I see you. I love Philadelphia, especially in the summertime. You know what it is. Certified salute to you. Much love and respect to Jacksonville, Detroit, the 904 double back. Pittsburgh, you already know I see you, family. Let's go to double work. Detroit's in here. Brooklyn's in here. Louisiana, what's happening? You see Watts, California's representing. DC and the whole DMV stand all the way up. Memphis is in the building. Chicago's in the building. Arkansas's in the building. Montgomery's in the building. Yep, fam. Whoop, whoop. I see you, fam. North Carolina, let's go. Another Arkansas, let's go. I see Maryland representing. Buffalo's in here. Minnesota's in here. Shout out to the team, North Carolina. Another Maryland, fam. Let's go. Sacramento represent, stand up, certified all the damn time. And y'all know Kansas is even in the building, baby. Let's go to work all day. Fam. Boy, first off, shout out to everybody who tapped into the broadcast on Friday. It was the best broadcast in new black media this year. Straight up and down, crazy numbers, fam. It's what everybody's talking about. Certified salute to you because there ain't nothing without the team. Second off, fam, you notice how when we broke down all of these different ways and loopholes that we are exploiting and kicking the dough down on how we can get reparations, these motherfuckers went from mad to furious, y'all. I'm talking about furious. And fury turned into petrified and into terrified. All things bad for them, all things good for us. So what did we break down, y'all? We broke down how in the way of Mayo trying to get Mayo some money, foundational black Americans said, no, we gonna take the damn money. Because we hustlers and we ain't waiting. We ain't sitting back and trying to vote our way out of oppression, vote our way into success. Hell no, we gonna do what FBA does, and that's take what the hell we want and do it however we feel like. And that's exactly what's happening. So you have this anti-weaponization fund, and you also have the judgment fund, and all these little things that Donald Trump's trying to do so he can go give some Mayo money to his Miracle Whip buddies. Okay, Mayo money, Miracle Whip buddies. And then they ran into an issue. That this reparations generation, we're not seeing large amounts of monies being transferred without us getting our hands on it. I don't know what they thinking. You better go on down to them Democratic shields on the plantation. Maybe they'll march you down to Selma. But let me tell you about us. Money, concern, money involved, money ours. And that's the way we looked at it. So we broke down all these different loopholes, and brothers and sisters was talking about shit, I'm gonna file. And then you got more brothers and sisters. Now you seeing everybody talking about it. Everybody saying how we're gonna file, we're gonna go get some money. And if y'all gonna be out here handing out stacks, all that stack belongs to us because there wouldn't be no USA without FBA. So FBA gonna get the money, baby, and double up and bring it back. And then now, family, oh, they mad. Now you got Angela Cry. She comes out talking like she's a reparationist. What about Andrew Gillum? Oh, I'm sorry, y'all. Y'all remember Andrew Gillum? Y'all remember him? Tell me y'all remember Andrew Gillum. You know that. You know the man that was on that boat with the bussy. Y'all know what I'm talking about? He was on the bussy boat. Now he acting like he about some reparations. What about Two-Tooth Luke? Y'all see Two-Tooth Luke done came out, fam? He talking about reparations now? The whole damn Shield Plantation, D.O. Hughley, he running around here acting like he about reparations. And family, there's been a whole new influx of these people now trying to make it look like they've been about reparations because they know we about to get our reparations. You can run, you can't hide because we stand on business and we multiply. You want to see some shields melt down? Then let's do the damn thing. Watch this, family. Look at this right here. Oh, they mad. They not mad because they wanted to give us reparations. They're mad because we're about to take reparations. Reparations to those who stormed our capital, but not African Americans or Native Americans. Fam, who gonna tell this guy? Who the hell are African Americans? Not us. Who the hell are the Native Americans? We're the indigenous. And by the way, the Red Indians already got reparations. Watch this.
Mom, you might want to skip this video, and I'm sorry in advance, but let me get something straight here. You're meaning to tell me all the hell that African Americans have gone through in this country's history, to name a few: having their children fed to Africans, being sold like cattle, being essayed by their slave men, the Native Americans, all the that they went through, just to name a major one, the Trail of Tears, having their country that they lived in first be ripped from them. Not one of us have gotten any reparations or I'm sorry from this goddamn government.
Stop! Y'all already in the chat, light them up. Fam, I'm getting tether vibes too. I'm getting fruit cup tether. That's what I'm getting, fam. And why his voice squeaky? Why his voice squeaky, fam? And what you mean the natives was here first? He don't even got his history correct. Why is this man's voice squeaking, hairline leaning back, and why does he think he's dropping some type of facts? And why he got two necks right there? Fam, he got the goatee tether hairline. I'm saying, let's keep it a buck. Let's go there.
Vance, but let me get something straight here. You're meaning to tell me all the hell that that African Americans have gone through in this country's history, to name a few: having their children fed to Africans, being sold like cattle, being essayed by their slave men, the Native Americans, all the that they went through, just to name a major one, the Trail of Tears, having their country that they lived in first be ripped from them. Not one of us have gotten any reparations or I'm sorry from this goddamn government. But you're meaning to tell me some people can go and scale the walls of the United States Capitol better than I've seen some monkeys do, and they get a check?
Better than monkeys? Yeah, fam. I'm getting tether vibes here. Y'all know the tether's always trying to bring up monkeys and zebras. Like, you go to walk to the store like a damn elephant? We don't talk like that. I ain't never hollered at my homeboy and said, hey, what up, Shaquille? What's going on, partner? Man, chilling, man. I'm walking like a monkey. Yeah, man, I was running faster than a cheetah. Black Americans don't use those metaphors, all right? I don't see my homeboy and be like, hey, RJ, how you living today? Man, man, I'm just trying to make it like a zebra today, bro. Man, I feel you on elephant time? Yeah, I'm on elephant time. We don't talk like that. That's some real tether-ish, right, fam? I'm about to hit the punk alert, the COON alert. I'm about to hit the damn tether alert. I'm telling you, he about 2 seconds away. That damn monkey thing done sealed his fate. We don't talk like that over here.
Scale the walls of the United States Capitol better than I've seen some monkeys do.
What?
And they get a check? Trying to overthrow a free and fair election under Donald Trump's deranged ass, and they get a check? What have we come to? $1.8 billion of American taxpayer money to pay for the political prosecution these people placed on themselves.
No, fam, I didn't even realize the damn nose ring. I ain't even realized the nose ring, family. And if there's a nose ring, then we need to let the alarm sing. And fam, just for good measures. Started off with the double alerts so damn fast. Somebody in the chat said Tupac Shakur. Damn, that right there is diabolical. Let's keep it going.
Not to add, but last year they got a pardon, and a lot of these clowns committed crimes after their pardon last year.
Oh, hell no. Oh, no.
So what?
What the hell was that? Fam, is this what the Democrats have? Fam, what is this? Is this the K-Hive? Look at the look he does at the camera.
Clowns committed crimes after their pardon last year.
Look at him. Look at him. No.
So what you're telling me is the only way we're going to get any type of money, any type of I'm sorry, is if folks go storm the Capitol? Ever since this president got back in office, this country has completely freaking lost it. Mom, you might...
Stop. Man, oh, somebody said his shirt looks zesty. D-Zam. Let's go. Freeze frame. There it is. Family, you see how mad they are right now? Let's get straight to it, okay? They're not upset at Donald Trump giving reparations to his insurrectionists. They're upset at him giving reparations, and now we can point and say, y'all ain't did it. How come y'all ain't did it? How come the insurrectionists and the January 6ers are getting paid while the Democrats been telling us we can't do nothing for y'all? What do you mean reparations? What is reparations? I don't know what that is. Did y'all call your local congressman? Did you contact the principal of your school? Did you get your old report card from the 3rd grade? We can't talk to you until you do that. See, that's what it's really about. They're going to make it look like they're doing this on our behalf because, you know, that's kind of what the Democrats do, right? They make it look like everything is on the behalf of us. Nah, hell no. Hell no, hell no, hell no, fam. This is on the behalf of, they see foundational Black Americans is out here and we about to get that bag and we about to run it up. And that's what's got them completely afraid. That's what's got them completely shook. And fam, they sending out everybody. Oh, I ain't lying. Oh, fam, look at this. Look at this right here. Y'all look at this right here. Oh, yeah. You know the Mayos done had to come out. Y'all look at this right here, fam. More of them are upset.
What do you mean J6ers are getting reparations? What do you mean? I didn't think this country gave reparations.
What the hell? What in the hills have eyes is going on? All because we about to get the bag? No.
Oh. Only for those people. My people. I see. Shame. Astaghfirullah. What are you?
Rebuke. Fam, they out here talking in Mayo tongue. You see what we saying, fam? No. Keep that, have that, rebuke, all of that. Get the hell out of here. Take your Mayo jar and your pipe with you. Family, this is what we're talking about. Oh, we're going to have a whole list of them today. And we're going to break down, family, exactly why we're on the right page. Because when you're on the right page, all these people start popping out. All these people. Folks is running around here now, fam, and they saying, y'all don't go file. Don't go do it. Don't do it. See, they're trying to make it look like they down for us. And it's like all a part of the game, right? And reality is, fam, we cut out the middleman. That's what we're doing right now. Black Americans, we cutting out every damn body. Let's just get straight to the point today. And shout out to all of the FBA riders out there and certified salute to all my foundationals who've been standing on absolute 10. Because, fam, what we doing? We standing on business for ourselves. Nobody else. See, we try to play the political game, go through the proper channels, go do all the things that they say that we have to do to attain it. But damn it, we tired of sitting back and watching everybody else do way less than that and then go get reparations and policies and money. So you mean to tell me, family, while the Democrats tell us we can't get reparations, even though we've been the main ones pushing the line, we've been the main ones going to all these hearings, all these task force, we had our own rally for reparations, we push the line and advocate every day in the foundational Black American grassroots, and we can't get a dollar, we can't get a penny. However, insurrectionists who ran up in a state capitol to harm politicians, they found the money for them. However, non-citizen illegal immigrants who ain't even from America, they find billions for them. So we seeing all these billions and trillions being handed out to people who don't deserve it. And then we see people turn around and tell us we need to jump through a hoop to do it. I got a hoop for you that you can jump through. And when you land on the bottom, you can get one of them. Okay. All right. So jump through the hoop and these right here be waiting on you. F all of that. We're going to do what we want to do, how we want to do it. We cutting everybody out. Now we're going to make it happen. Because fam, ain't we always did that any damn way? Haven't we, fam? They don't give us no hate crime protections. We got to protect ourselves. They don't give us no tangibles, benefits, or policies. We got to go get our own tangibles, benefits, and policies. So if they're not going to go, give us reparations and they're not going to pay us, then we're going to pay our damn self. Everything is better when you do it on your own. And that's exactly what we're doing. So now the fact that we found a loophole in these anti-weaponization fund, that's got everybody upset. And they sending out everybody. Y'all look at this right here. Look at this right here, family. Oh, man, you want to talk about some deranged ass people, fam. Look at this. These people are openly trying to tell Black Americans, don't go file. Oh, yeah. See, fam, I got a lot of people who hit me up after last week's show. Matter of fact, let me see you one more back before we run it back, okay? When we did last week's show, family, that did crazy numbers, now I got a lot of people that have been hitting me up and they've been low-key trying to say, why are y'all Black Americans doing that? We's afraid, fam. I'm not like Natural. Where you at? Natural, I know you in here. My sister Natural sent me something the other day, and it's all these scared Democrats, and they're trying to scare us. They say, wait now. What if the anti-weaponization fund is really a trap? See, when the sky is blue, it's really purple. And what does purple mean? Purple means the third day. What was the third day in the Quran/Bible? It really means no money for Black folks. They used to talk this back in Egypt. I ain't lying. Oh, fam, they coming out the woodwork. What did J.D. Vance say? J.D. Vance, he is the vice president. What's a vice? A vice could also be no money for Black folks, and it could also be the return of Al-Kabalan. And if Al-Kabalan comes back, it's basically trying to tell you not to fund, not to go there. If you read the hieroglyphics, it tells you stop. J.D. Vance, think about it. J, Jesus, D, devil. I want to sign up for that. Y'all Black folk crazy. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Man, they've been coming out the woodwork, man. They've been coming out the woodwork, coming up with every reason. What if Donald Trump is setting this up so he can get your number on your Social Security card? And then when he does that, he'll come to your house. And then what he'll do is he'll remove all the pets from your house because cats protect the soul. And then after the cats are gone, they're going to take us. I told you he's going to get deported soon. If you don't get the hell up out of here with that. And family, I ain't lying. Watch this right here, family. They are trying to stop us from getting to the money.
Y'all, I need to stop everything and talk to you directly, okay? Because my comment section is telling me that a lot of my people are about to make a very costly mistake. And I care about y'all too much to let that happen without me saying something and saying it clearly, loudly, and one more time, okay? Now listen to me. Do not file a claim with the anti-weaponization fund. That ain't our lane. I need you to hear me. That fund was built for conservatives who claim that the Biden administration targeted them for their political beliefs. That's who that's for. That's not our claim, okay? That is not our lane. And submitting a claim that we're not eligible for is not just a paperwork problem. It can become a federal legal problem. Listen to me, okay? And I will not send you through that door with my...
What is she saying, fam? I don't get it. They did not all claim now, because a claim really means to claim the soul. They trying to do a Black American exorcist so they could transport us from the United States to somewhere in Mexico. Fam, I'm telling y'all, what the hell is she talking about?
Blessing. Now, here's where it gets interesting, because some of y'all have asked the right questions and been paying attention, okay? If the language that they use is what y'all asking me, If the language that they use for their claim is the same language that covers our claim, what happens if we file anyway and get denied? Okay? That denial is not a defeat, y'all. In the right hands, that denial is the first page of a lawsuit. Okay?
What? She said, what if we file and get denied? Then we file again or we class action it, and denial is going to make you stop. So fam, we can get denied for getting a job. Do we quit putting out applications? Fam, Black Americans get denied a lot. It's called racism, supremacy. Fam, is she using the if we did, we could, if we would, but we should. But if we ain't, that means we can't. And if we won't, that means we don't. What the hell are you talking about?
And here's why. When you file a claim and the government denies it, you create something called standing, a documented record of the government acknowledging a framework and then refusing to apply it consistently, across the board to everybody, right? And that inconsistency is exactly what the federal courts have been forced to address when the legal argument is airtight and the paper trail is long enough. All right.
Man, do y'all know what the hell she's talking about? Because she dropped your boy Black Alpha off down by the Winn-Dixie's across the street from Publix and the Pit Stop Corner Store. She dropped me off. I don't know what the hell's going on. Fam, she lost me. Go, don't do it, could, would. If you didn't, don't do it, so you might get denied. And if you got denied, your fry died and laid to the side. I don't know what this woman is trying to convey. I have no clue at all. She's making zero effing sense, fam. I don't know what she's getting at. I have no clue. This just sounds like scared Negro talk. This sounds like Democratic shield who ain't got no way of trying to convince black folks. So she's saying, don't file, but file and get a denial. What the hell is she saying? She's telling us not to file, but if you did file, you can get a denial so we can set a standing. Breaking news, everybody. Water's wet.
Consistently, across the board to everybody, right? And that inconsistency is exactly what the federal courts have been forced to address when the legal argument is airtight and the paper trail is long enough. All right. So the strategy is not to file randomly, filing randomly and then just hoping. Okay. The strategy is organized, coordinated, institutional. And it looks like this: the NAACP Legal Defense Fund,
There you go.
the National African American Reparations Commission, the Movement for Black Lives Policy Table, and HR 40.
There you go. There you are, brothers and sisters. Here it is. We done smoked out a Democratic shield. There you go, fam. Another dinosaur Democrat in disguise. There it is, fam. This was all a bunch of babble, all a bunch of BS to lead us to HR 40 and the NAACP. She even threw in Black Voters Matter. There it is, fam. All on the table, receipts laid out. She don't want us to cut out the Democratic middleman because they're going to stall us for 70 years. There it is. You knew it was coming, fam. It's like Christmas. It's coming.
Coordinated, institutional. And it looks like this: the NAACP Legal Defense Fund, the National African American Reparations Commission, the Movement for Black Lives Policy Table, and HR 40, the Reparations Study Bill that's been sitting in Congress since 1989, waiting on us to make enough noise to move it along. Okay?
What you mean? Fam, is she trying to blame Black American citizens for HR 40 never doing nothing? HR 40 is a stall tactic. That's all it is. What you mean waiting on us to make a fuss about it? You didn't come to the rally for reparations. You don't advocate. Y'all ain't out here in the streets. Newsflash to the dinosaur Democrats in disguise, diabolical and desperate. All 5 of you. Y'all don't advocate for reparations because y'all don't support reparations. Don't make it look like if we just got our stuff together, we'd have reparations. No. When we go out and stand on business for reparations, the Democrats actively work against us because the Democrats are reparation ops. All the time that they spent on Julio Romero could have went to HR 40, but they decide not to. Y'all see what we saying about these Democrats? They ain't ever gonna stop. Anybody who thinks they gonna quit lying tomorrow at 5 o'clock, you're crazy. They gonna lie until they all lose their damn jobs, family. This is active opposition towards Black Americans and reparations. This was all to lead us to HR 40.
These Defense Fund, the National African American Reparations Commission, the Movement for Black Lives Policy Table, and HR 40, the Reparations Study Bill that's been sitting in Congress since 1989, waiting on us to make enough noise to move it along, okay? These organizations need to be in a room right now.
There you go.
With lawyers.
I told you, boy, we in here cooking. We in here cooking. Boy, them goddamn teeth is just chomping. God damn, boy, she got some motorcycles in her mouth. Jesus, any damn way. There it is, fam. I told you a minute ago. That's what it's about. They afraid we cutting them out of the process. Yeah, they afraid, fam. You hear how much she's advocating for the NAACP to be in the room? Didn't Black Alpha just tell you they're scared because they not in the room? Yes, they don't like the fact that we pushing for reparations without them. We don't want them. We don't need them. So now they're trying to advocate for the NAACP to be in the room. There it is.
Us to make enough noise to move it along, okay? These organizations need to be in a room right now with lawyers, historians, and documented evidence, right? Building the architecture for claims that can survive a denial and then walk into federal court with the government's own language attached to it. The precedent is fresh, y'all. And
No. That's exactly what we're doing without you. Fam, she's saying we need to walk in there with their own language against them. That's what we're doing. We're using Donald Trump's anti-weaponization fund against them. What the hell are you talking about, Grandma, Mama? What the hell are you saying? Yeah, that's what we doing. See, she wants to say what we saying. She just don't want us to be the ones doing it. We gonna walk in there with the precedents that Donald Trump did it. We gonna walk in there with the precedents that Barack Obama did it. We gonna walk in there with the precedents that the DOJ's doing it. Yes, indeed. You ain't got to sit here and act like you giving us some type of law class. You don't know what the hell you talking about. And by the way, what's up with these damn glasses on these Democratic shields? I swear, you got to have a receding hairline, no hairline, fruit by the foot, and some bifocals to even qualify to be a Democratic shield. We doing exactly what we want, and you're trying to spin it. Here come the reparations ops, fam. They done seen us get turned up, and they done seen us find them loopholes, and they sending out everybody.
Clock is ticking, and a denied claim is not the end of the story. In the right hands, it's the beginning of the case. So, don't foul with their fun. I'm saying that again, but don't waste this moment either. I'm saying that again. Don't foul with their fun. I'm saying that again, but don't waste this moment either. All right? Let's get organized. Let's get loud, and let's get ready. They're giving us the door, and we gonna march right on through it. And we gonna march right on through it.
What?
And we gonna march right on through it. And we gonna march right on through it. Let's get loud, and let's get ready. They're giving us the door, and we gonna march right on through it. And let's get ready. They're giving us the door, and we gonna march right on through it.
What the hell? Fam, that turned real sinister real damn fast. Boy, that devil be coming out them Democrats.
On through it.
What the hell?
And let's get ready. They're giving us the door, we gonna march right on through it.
What door you walking through? Because remind me not to follow. What the hell door is she talking about? We ain't walking through that door. No. You walking through the point of no return. Boy, what's up with these boy, these folks is creepy as hell. All this because we're about to get paid? I mean, they out here having these seances and stuff. Man, all this to stop us from getting money. You know what I'm saying? They want to. I remember when they used to just halfway lie. Now they want to start hitting seances and creep talk and all that. Fam, this done got real strange lately. Okay, all because we about to get the money immediately. That's what it is. And she wouldn't want to march, right? Everything they got to do is march. You know what I'm saying? We're going to march right through it now. That door. No, your ass can go through the door, and I'm going to lock the door to keep your ass outside, okay? You very, very creepy, Mrs. Person, whatever you are. Anyway, family, let's break that down. What we're talking about here is now they see the fact that we have cut out the Democratic middleman. So they're sending out all these people to pertain like they give a damn. But in reality, fam, no, they don't. No, they don't care. They care less what we're talking about. What it really is, fam, is that they want to take control. Remember, I'm telling everybody, and I've been saying this for the last few weeks, right? This is about them trying to stop reparations, and they're trying to push representation. This is why Jamal Bryant said, if you ain't going to give us reparations, give us representation. They want representation. We about ownership. Remember that, family. See, representation is you going to somebody else's table as a third party. Reparations and ownership is you representing yourself. I want you to understand the psychosis that these people are in, opposed to the energy and the frequency that we have. We are talking about going and representing ourselves as owners. I don't know about nobody else, but the very fact that this FBA renaissance is occurring, this is a renaissance based on ownership. Remember that, fam. Not slave ships, all right? Ownership. That's what we're about. They just want representation. And what is representation? Them to go sit at the W man's table, have the W man tell them what to do, and for them to bow down. That's the type of energy that they're bringing. They want to stop us because they know we done kicked their ass out. All right. The Democrats have received their eviction notice. They done received their pink slip. They done received they get the F out. We ain't rocking with them. We don't want them in a part of our reparations no more. We don't need them a part of our reparations. The days where the Democrats are trying to be front and center in a movement that they don't even support are over. How the hell you gonna not support reparations, but yet want to be the spokesperson for reparations? I told everybody the false representation that they're trying to thrust upon our community is done. We done cut them out. And they seen that Black Americans, all brothers and sisters alike, were looking at this fund and saying, how can we get it? So now she's talking about get the NAACP involved because we done kicked their ass out. Let's go get the CBC involved because we done kicked their ass out. And weren't they so busy talking about Africa anyway? Remember, y'all, the CBC and the NAACP, they don't support reparations in the first damn place. How are you going to have a political party be the representation for reparations for Black Americans, even though the political party has put out their own statements that say they do not support reparations? How the hell are you going to be an advocate for something your party don't support? But notice, hush, they don't even mention the fact that the Democratic Party does not support reparations, even though they put out this statement right here, family. How many of you guys remember that? Y'all remember that? They put out that statement right there where they said they don't support reparations. So why would you want to be a part of anything that we're doing that pertains to reparations? Remember, you don't support it. But you see how they try to play in our face, fam, and make it look like they do, but they don't, but they could, but they would, but they should. All of that stuff is just babble, y'all. This is beautiful, y'all. This is Black America in the grassroots standing independently on our own and focusing on what we have to focus on. We're bringing our own political means to the table. We're bringing our own brothers and sisters who are very equipped and innate in law to the table. We're not going through the political process. The political process has failed Black Americans. Let's make that clear. And it failed Black Americans on purpose. It wasn't an accident. It wasn't a coincidence. The Republicans are there to completely shun Black Americans, and the Democrats are there to pretend like they're for us so they can undercut us. Both of them operate in conjunction with one another to stifle Black American progress. So the only answer to that is to be independent and move without them. No political representation. See, fam, when you have no political representation other than your own, then you can get things done. Anytime you have to go through the Democratic establishment, then things aren't going to happen. And I have 60 years of evidence to show you. The Democrats just want to lie to get by. That's all they want to do. They just want to tell you another lie to get you to the next election and then cut you off. And then lie, get you to the next election and cut you off. That's what they're doing. They're very, very scandalous with their lies at this point, fam. And they don't like the fact that we have said, no, you are not representing us when it comes to reparations. We don't want you at the table. You're not even invited. Because remember, when we have rallies for reparations, they don't show up. Matter of fact, they throw opposing rallies right next to us. So we have documented history of the Democrats consistently trying to stop and stifle foundational Black America. HR 40 is a stall tactic. That's why it's been there since 1989. Okay. It's almost, a damn dinosaur itself. But this is what we talk about. And it's not because Black Americans didn't support it. No, it's because the Democrats don't. Remember this, y'all. Advocating is one of the most powerful things that you can do in the political world. Y'all remember when I ran up on Kamala and their first excuse was she's not in power? She could advocate for it. See, advocating ain't just saying you support something and then never mentioning it again. Think about it, fam. They're right now not in power, but they're talking about illegals, aren't they? Right now, they're not in power, but they're still talking about amnesty, aren't they? The SAVE Act, aren't they? They're still talking about sanctuary cities, aren't they? Defunding ICE, aren't they? The Democrats aren't in the White House, but they're still advocating for illegals 24/7, 365. They don't advocate for an anti-Black American hate crime protection. They don't advocate for reparations. Advocation can simply be you go around the country to all of these places where we are, and then you advocate for it with a loud voice. You go to Washington, D.C., you go to the Capitol Hill, and then you advocate from that aspect. How come every time I see them advocating for something, it's always for illegal immigrants, but they don't ever advocate for Black Americans and reparations? That's because they are not for reparations. Going back to their statement, going back to their behavior, going back to everything about them. Fam, see, we are the authority of knowledge when it comes to reparations. Why are we the authority of knowledge? Because the grassroots are the number one advocates who've been everywhere. Meaning, if we ain't seen you there, then you ain't about that life. If we haven't seen you at a task force hearing, then you don't really give a damn. If we ain't see you at the rally for reparations, then you're not a priority. It was open to the public. Anybody could have showed up. They ain't say one word about it. They were actually trying to dismiss it. Remember, they were openly saying, y'all's not going to get it. Y'all can have that little rally. See, we ain't playing the game of this smut energy that the Democrats want to do. You want to pretend like you represent us so you can stop us. Let me tell you this right now. Can't nothing stop this foundational Black American reparations wave. It's taking over the whole damn world, whether you like it or not. You better bow down and stay down. And when I tell you they're out there, family, watch this right here. Oh, here come the next ones, fam. Here come the next ones. Fam, they sending out all their little W liberal friends, and watch what their W liberal friends are saying. They're saying we need reparations, but watch what she says our reparations need to be. Here's the newsflash, y'all. She says we don't need money. We need something else.
We owe Black people reparations. America owes Black people reparations. We do. Now, I don't know what all that entails because that is something that Black people need to come up with specifically and decide what's best for them, a package that's best for them. Because I think there's one thing that so many of us have a misconception about is that reparations have to be in the form of money or cash or check. Reparations can be in the form of many different things. Reparations can be in the form of many different things. And can be in the form of many different things. And there is one thing for sure and two things for certain that I know need to be in that package, and that is therapy. Yep, therapy. And that...
What? Hold the fuck up.
Is therapy. Yep, therapy. Therapy. Yep, therapy. And that is therapy. Yep. Therapy. Cause the shit that they've endured, make sure therapy's added in that shit. And just go ahead and charge it to my FICA, cause we don't know what the fuck comes out that shit anyway. We owe Black people.
There you go, family. Oh, man. Oh, fam. Oh, we on one. Hey, we stronger than ever, baby. Hey, listen, fam, we stronger than ever. We knocking them out. Go ahead. Send them, and we going to shut them down every single time, every single one of them. Nobody gets any way past us because the smoke is that serious, that severe, that strong. Therapy, fam. You see how it's everything other than money? So the last person was trying to tell us, don't file. Because, if you do file and you get denied, then you can't deny that you didn't file. Whatever the F she was talking about. This person is talking about therapy. If I'm just putting my tools together, fam, it sounds like y'all don't want us to get paid. Can we just say this, fam? Every time it's something to do with money, the Democrats don't want us getting paid. That's it. See, they want to give you the illusion of Black support, but they don't want to give you the action of Black support. And they're angry that we understand that tactic. We're exposing it. We're putting it on that big ass Summer Jam screen, and we letting the world laugh at them. See, they don't like the fact that we're highlighting exactly who they are, exactly what they're doing, and exactly what they're up to. And that's the difference between us. That's why the pushback is so strong. That's why the Democratic Party is fouling out and being exposed. And you can thank FBA for all of that. We don't want your damn therapy. Anybody needs therapy, fam. Who needs therapy more than them? Okay? I mean, I'm just saying, she looks like she's a product of an aunt and uncle relationship. All right? I mean, when your niece and your nephew are dating, I think you need all the therapy. You need Mayo therapy, all right? And the tethers need tether therapy. Everybody in America needs therapy other than us. Because let me tell you something, fam. We the ones laughing at y'all. We laughing at the way y'all folks crash out, melt down, break down. We're laughing at the way y'all individuals is on that pipe, this pipe, and that pipe over there. Y'all got all that Democrat in your system. I mean, I'm just saying, if anybody needs therapy, it should be them. So you should be going to Donald Trump to get your anti-weaponization meth pipe money, and foundational Black Americans is going to be over here getting them dollar bills. That easy. But let me tell y'all something. They come out the woodwork too, fam. Oh, man, when I say they come out the woodwork, Shield Talk Radio is everywhere. Oh, yeah. The people who were anti-reparations yesterday are now pretending that they're pro-reparations today. Why are they doing this, my brothers and sisters? You already know. It's because they want to get re-invited. See, let me tell you something, fam. The Democrats want to get re-invited back in the foundational Black American grassroots business because we kicked their ass out. We told them, you ain't going to represent us. You ain't going to speak for us. Don't mention reparations. Don't mention the damn thing if it pertains to Black Americans, because it shows every single time y'all speak about Black America, you undermining us and nothing gets done. We tired of your slouch, low budget smut energy, and we have politely escorted your ass to the door with all disrespect intended. We don't want the Democrats involved in Black American business. The same way the Democrats are going to sit there and give money to all these different illegals, but they don't pick up the phone and say, hey, maybe we should do something for Black folks. Now, Black Americans is going to do everything for ourselves, and we're going to say, hey, we ain't voting for them. See, here's the kicker. We got the vote at the end of the damn day. All they got is lies. We got the vote. You need our vote. We don't want your lies. So last time I checked in the political process, the vote is more powerful than a lie. You can tell every single lie that you can come up with. You can try to tell me that Roland Martin is on a diet. We know you're lying about that, okay? You can try to tell me that Hakeem Jeffries' hairline is going forward. We know you're lying about that. You can try to tell me that Barack Obama ain't got a whole closet full of fruit cups. We know you're lying. So just keep all those lies over there, and foundational Black Americans, we're going to ride over here, and we're going to ride straight to the bank. So they sending out all these different shields now, and the shields is popping up left and right, y'all. Oh, man. Did y'all see Angela Cry, Joyless Reed? And by the way, Angela Cry and Joyless Reed are tethers. Gillum, he be on that bussy boat. So y'all put all that together. Why are they out here now talking about reparations, and they talking about Donald Trump, and they're saying why we needs to get the money, and when we get a president the next time, we's going to do something for Blacks? It's always the next time with the Democrats. Y'all notice that? It's always next weekend. It's always next election. That's that Barack Obama stuff. Wait until the next term. In the next term. It ain't ever wait when it comes to the illegals, fam. It's now for them. Watch these folks trying to be reparationists, but really they repo-faking. Watch this.
President who has decided to not only pardon the insurrectionists that he sent to the United States Capitol January 6, 2021, but also he has now said, I'm going to pardon you. I want you to set your path in order. And I also want to give you some money for doing it, Joy Reid. He said, don't even worry about the $10 billion that I believe the IRS owes me. Let me also ensure that they have money. They can apply to 5 commissioners, Joy, and get paid. But when we ask about HR 40 or reparations, even for a study, they don't want to touch that. What you got, sis?
Apparently, reparations are something that MAGA is in favor of. And now that we know, I think it's really important for us to act on the information that we have received. Now that we know that a president can, without Congress, without going back to Congress, because who knew? You know, there's a fund that Congress has pre-appropriated, as you will know as a former congressional staffer, that sits there in case there are settlements that the government.
What do you mean now that you know? Barack Obama did it before Donald Trump did it. Fam, this is how they lie. Listen how they lie. Now they playing that we didn't know. Now that we know, we can do it. Fam, Barack Obama did this, and he weaponized the Judgment Fund before Donald Trump ever did. So Barack Obama knew the whole time. We're not going to let y'all sit there and act like it's something new to the damn Democrats. It's something that y'all didn't know about. If you didn't know about it, then how come Barack Obama was the first person? How come Donald Trump's administration is using the language of Barack Obama to push off what they're doing right now? Oh, you don't want no smoke with me, because I'm going to call it out all the damn way. Same way I'm going to call out where the hell did Joyless Reed's hair go? I mean, fam, it just goes from eyebrows and forehead. That's all I'm seeing. And Angela Rye, you ain't that much better. Okay? She got a light-skinned Friedman forehead, and it's hurt my damn feelings, and it's pissing me off. But let's continue.
It needs to make so they don't have to keep going back to Congress every time. Donald Trump has now tasked his Justice Department to dip into that settlement fund to the tune of, and you gave me this information, $1,776, in order to give reparations to the insurrectionists. Well, now that we know, sis, the next time there's a Democratic president, I don't want to hear anything about them not being able to do reparations. I don't want to hear it anymore. Okay, so now that we understand the uses.
It's not the Republicans who are stopping reparations. Fam, this is under the belief that the Republicans have been blocking H.R. 40. The Democrats have been blocking H.R. 40. You're not going to use the Republican excuse no more. I'm tired of hearing it was the Republicans who did it. The Republicans is the one who blocked it. No, MF and no. Y'all didn't push H.R. 40 because y'all don't want H.R. 40 to go. Y'all talking about a study that's been going on since Ronald Reagan was president. Don't hit me with none of that. I'm tired of hearing the Republicans blocked it. That is done, fam. We are canceling that excuse. The Republican card ain't working no damn more. Y'all have been blocking your own bill because remember, y'all, they'll create a bill to destroy a bill just to say they tried the bill. This bill was intended since day one to stifle reparations. I'm tired of hearing about if we would have knew, we would have done something. It wasn't the Republicans who've been stopping it. It's been the Democrats the whole time, stopping the own bill that they put forth.
1776, in order to give reparations to the insurrectionists. Well, now that we know, sis, the next time there's a Democratic president, I don't want to hear anything about them not being able to do reparations. I don't want to hear it anymore. Okay, so now that we understand the uses of power, we get to apply to that too. So the next time there's a Democratic president, we don't want to have a commission. We don't want to have Congress do a study. We don't want anyone to do a study. You are going to start issuing reparations to the descendants of African, formerly enslaved African people.
You know, she's doing African, right? Because she's African. How come Joe Biden didn't do it then? How come Joe Biden? Why is she trying to make it look like this is breaking news? We didn't know none of this. How come Joe Biden didn't do this a year and a half ago? When Joe Biden was running around here talking about money for illegal immigrants. How come Kamala Harris didn't do it? See, fam, we ain't playing with these smut Democrats no more. They're not going to sit here and play games with us. I'm tired of hearing these lies, fam. She done lied about 15 times in 10 seconds. I don't know how the hell you can fit that many lies in that short amount of time. But leave it up to no hairline Joyless Reed to do so. You ain't gonna do nothing when y'all get in power. Y'all gonna tell us the Democrats couldn't do it because the Republicans blocked it again. Nice try.
People, to the Tulsa survivors' families, to the families of the survivors of every massacre that has taken place with the government of the United States either standing aside or participating. Because now we know that we can do reparations. So guess what, Papi and Mommy Chulo? The black people are going to be coming up.
The black people? The black people. Fam, who the hell is that? Notice, fam, I want y'all to notice how she's telling lies, but she's still trying to slide in tether language. I want you guys to notice that. Notice how in this whole barrage of lies, she's still going out of her way to make up tether doors so the tethers can get a loophole. You notice that, right? She's still trying to create a tether loophole so they can slide on in and they can get some of that damn money. Nice try. You better try again. This is what I'm talking about, family. They will pull this forever. The Democrats have no shame. No shame at all. Democrats don't give a damn about none of that. Democrats will lie until everybody's gone. That is just their game plan.
Start issuing reparations to the descendants of African, formerly enslaved African people, to the Tulsa survivors' families, to the families of the survivors of every massacre that has taken place with the government of the United States either standing aside or participating. Because now we know that we can do reparations. So guess what, Papi and Mommy Chulo? The black people are going to be coming up to the table.
Black America's been at the table. Where were y'all at when we had to rally for reparations? Where were y'all at when we had to rally for reparations or any of these task forces? Remember now, foundational Black Americans in the grassroots, we are the number one advocates and frontline soldiers when it comes to reparations. So we know who has been there and who has been absent. We know who's been advocating and who's been pushing back and resisting. The Democrats have been the main one. Let me tell you what I'm not going to give you. I'm not going to give you the Republican excuse card. I'm not going to give you the Republicans blocked it. I'm not going to give you the Republicans stopped it. Now what you going to do? Talk to Black Americans without pointing the finger at Republicans. I'm challenging all the Democrats right now to stand on their subject matter, and I'm challenging them to stand on their receipts when it comes to reparations and exclude the Republicans from it. What happens when we strip that away from them? Because let's be real, y'all. Joe Biden could have did it. Barack Obama could have did it. I'm not going to play this game that now we realize that we could have did it the whole time. Then how do you explain Barack Obama went into the same exact judgment fund that Donald Trump's going into? As a matter of fact, Donald Trump's DOJ just last week, he was citing Barack Obama's involvement in the judgment fund when he was being questioned on the floor. So you mean to tell me Donald Trump, his DOJ, they're both pointing the finger at the precedents that Barack Obama set, but you're trying to pretend like y'all didn't know as Democrats this could happen? If you didn't know this could happen as Democrats, then how do you explain that the Democrats already done it? Damn, checkmate. I got another one for you. If you're going to run around here and say, well, when we get in power again, we're going to give out reparations, then I'll ask, how come you didn't give out reparations with Jimmy Carter or Bill Clinton or Barack Obama or shit, all of the presidents who've been a Democrat for the last 20 years? How come? Checkmate. As a matter of fact, family, we got receipts on the table right here. Look at your screen, family. What presidents have had control over all of Washington? What presidents have had control over all of Washington? Family, I want you to look at your screen right here. Joe Biden, the control. Following the 2020 elections and the Georgia Senate runoffs, Democrats held the House by a razor-thin 50-50 Senate majority, using Vice President Kamala Harris as the tie-breaking vote. Y'all remember that? Remember when Kamala was the tie-breaking vote, y'all? You had all of the power. Major legislation passed. The American Rescue Plan, the Infrastructure Investment and Jobs Act, bipartisan, the CHIPS and Science Act, and the Inflation Reduction Act. I don't see reparations on there, brothers and sisters. But what I do see is that Joe Biden had control over the whole government of the United States. So if he had control over the whole government of the United States, then I'm wondering how come he didn't get anything done? Fam, this was just in 2020. Why didn't they get it done then? I'm very, very cautious to see. What about Barack Obama? 2009 to 2011. Damn, the control. Obama entered office with a massive wave of momentum, securing a large majority in the House and briefly achieving a filibuster-proof 60-seat supermajority in the Senate. Barack Obama had a filibuster-proof supermajority. You know what that really means, fam? That means I can do whatever the hell I want. If I want it done, it can get done right now. That's what a supermajority means. A supermajority means who gon' check me? And apparently, what he ended up doing was the Affordable Care Act, the Dodd-Frank Wall Street Reform Act, and the American Recovery and Reinvestment Act of 2009. And in his second term, he secured DACA and gay marriage. Oh, man. I don't see anywhere on here, brothers and sisters, reparations. Hell, I don't see anything specific to Black Americans. Damn, I thought Joyless Reed said, we don't know yet. I thought she said she didn't know. I thought they said the Republicans blocked it. Let me tell you something, fam. With this type of power, the Republicans can't block anything. So guess what I just did? I called out all that Republicans blocked this stuff is bullshit. That's what I just did. How about Bill Clinton? The control. Clinton became the first term Democrat majorities in his first term with both chamber of Congress. He lost his control in the historic 1994 midterm election. Major legislation passed. North American Free Trade Agreement, NAFTA, which crippled the whole United States government, basically, in our economic structure. The Family and Medical Leave Act, and the 1994 Crime Bill. Wait a minute. So you mean to tell me Bill Clinton, when he had control, he wrote the 1994 crime bill, not reparations, not tangibles, not policies for Black Americans. He actually wrote a law that broke our families in half. So he did something with his majority, lock Black people up. And guess who supported that? The same damn Joe Biden that I'm referencing had the full control in 2020. So get this right, family. Bill Clinton had it in 1993 and in 1995, and he made the 1994 crime bill. He was assisted by Joe Biden in 1994 to make the crime bill. And then 30 years later, Joe Biden became the president of the United States of America, and he didn't do nothing for Black people. So Joe Biden in 94 assisted Bill Clinton with having the majority of Washington in their control, did nothing. And then he fast forward 30 years, he had the majority of control, and he didn't do nothing other than harm Black Americans. But family, we can go back even further than that if we want to. Let's go all the way back, family. We're going to do it. We're going to do it right. Jimmy Carter. Carter is a rare modern exception. He actually led a Democrat trifecta for his entire 4-year term. Major legislation passed, the creation of both the Department of Energy and the Department of Education, airline deregulation, and the Alaska National Interest Lands Conservation Act. Who gives a F? How about that one? How about that, family? There you go. So the Democrats had all the power in the world to do everything for Black Americans, and they consistently chose to not do a damn thing for us. There you go, family. He, they, them all decided that they don't give a damn about foundational Black Americans. Not at all. You see what we're talking about? So the Democrats come out here now and they want to play this game. Oh, Donald Trump ended up giving reparations to the insurrectionists. When we become president again, we gonna give reparations. That's becoming a talking point. See, I want everybody to understand this. That is nothing more than the new Democratic smut lie, okay? They're gonna try to use Donald Trump giving reparations to the insurrectionists as a party line to make us believe that they're going to give us reparations when they get in control. That's why they say, well, when we president, we going to do the same thing. Let me tell you what they're going to do. When they're president, they're going to say, well, we can't do nothing because the Republicans blocked us. Notice, family, they'll say the Republicans blocked them even when the Republicans don't have the power to block them. You notice that, fam? You see that right there? The Republicans don't even have power in a super majority. They can't block or stop that, but yet they'll still run that excuse. They're going to try to pretend now that they're so appalled by what Donald Trump did. They're so angry by what Donald Trump did. But in reality, they agree with what Donald Trump did, and they won't give us reparations. But how come they haven't blocked anything that's going on with Donald Trump? Again, fam, remember, the Republicans never say that the Democrats blocked them. But the Democrats always say that the Republicans block them. It's because the Democrats support what the Republicans do. The only time they disagree is when it comes to an election or immigration. But when it comes to us, the same Democrats who claim that the Republicans are so anti-Black, them same Democrats support all those anti-Black policies. That's why the 94 crime bill went right on through. Notice that, fam? There's a lot of bipartisan anti-Blackness when it comes to us and the Democrats and the Republicans. See, they're going to use the Republican card every time they're in a jam. And I'm telling you now, fam, soon as they get in power, then they'll start saying filibuster. See, you don't hear the filibuster lie, but I've actually spoke to Democratic shields and watched them. And what they always say, fam, they'll just start saying, well, they filibustered it and blocked it. That's what they always do. I'm here to tell you, fam, they will always have an excuse for why they can't do something for Black people. Whatever excuse they're using today, they'll find another one tomorrow. Whatever one they're using tomorrow, they'll find another one the next day. They just want to lie to you to try to get you to go vote, and then they'll come up with another set of lies. They lie just enough to get by. That's what the Democrats are doing. Right now, they're just lying enough to get you to midterms. After midterms, they're just going to lie enough to get you to the general election. After that, they're just going to lie enough to tell you that things didn't happen. This is what they are. They're in a perpetual state of denial and resistance against foundational Black Americans. And that's what they'll always do. How do you know this, fam? Because the same Democrats saying that they was going to do something for us. Let me show y'all what Barack Obama said when he was confronted with doing something for us. Family, this video speaks for itself. I don't really need to say much.
Why not target the African-American community? Why not say then, this is for you. This is for African-Americans. If there was a banking crisis, then you target money for the banks. If there was a national disaster, you target your money for the national, for disaster relief.
That's not how America works. That's not how America works. That's not how America works.
We want to give those young people and young Native Americans like them the support they deserve. We have to invest in them and believe in them and love them.
Why not target the African-American community? Why not say then, this is for you. This is for African-Americans.
That's not how America works.
President Barack Obama has begun new initiatives aimed at helping young American Indians or Native Americans overcome the many challenges they face, from poverty to substance abuse.
Why not target the African-American community? Why not say then, this is for you. This is for African-Americans.
That's not how America works.
And few have been more marginalized and ignored by Washington for as long as Native Americans, our first Americans.
Why not target the African-American community? Why not say then, this is for you. This is for African-Americans.
That's not how America works.
Damn, y'all. Look at that picture right there. Did the Republicans block that ones too now? Did the Republicans block all them things that they said they can't do? I don't see any Republicans blocking any of this, brothers and sisters. Where's the Republicans blocking this? Where did it go? What happened to it? I thought the Republicans was blocking everything. Fam, this isn't a matter of the Republicans blocking it. You heard Barack Obama said he's not doing it.
There was a banking crisis, and you target money for the banks. If there was a national disaster, you target your money for the national, for disaster relief.
That's not how America works.
We want to give those young people and young Native Americans like them the support they deserve. We have to invest in them and believe in them and love them.
Why not target the African-American community? Why not say then, this is for you. This is for African-Americans.
That's not how America works.
President Barack Obama has begun new initiatives aimed at helping young American Indians or Native Americans overcome the many challenges they face, from poverty to substance abuse.
Why not target the African-American community? Why not say then, this is for you. This is for African-Americans.
That's not how America works.
Right there, fam. That was Kamala Harris saying, no, I ain't gonna do nothing for black folks. That was the same exact thing, just about 15 years prior. See, here's the kicker, fam. The Democrats and the Republicans can play this game all damn day long, but we see through them. Because what we know for certain, the Republicans don't have to block things that the Democrats allegedly are trying to do for us. Because we have on record the Democrats straight up saying they're not going to do it. You ain't got to block nothing when Barack Obama said he ain't going to do nothing. You ain't got to block nothing when Kamala Harris said she ain't going to do nothing. So this game of the Republicans block everything the Democrats want to do for us is all cap, because we got them same Democrats on documentation saying we ain't going to do it. So why would the Republicans block something that the Democrats straight up said they ain't interested in the first place? See, the only thing they give a damn about is controlling the black community. They don't care about black voters. They care about black votes. And they'll say and do anything to try to get those black voters to give them black votes so they can get in office and they can just blame the Republicans for the next 8 years. The Democrats are failures. All right. Let's make this clear. The Democrats are failures, and they have purposely went out there. And what we're doing now, based on time, is we're just looking at the simple results. You ain't never done nothing for black Americans. You ain't never achieved a damn thing. And whenever we look at them, they have all this energy and effort towards everybody else. If you simply judge the Democrats based on their priorities and based on the energy that they give out, you see that they are the party of everybody except black Americans. They have 100% energy for legal immigrants who ain't even American. They have 100% energy for W liberals and abortion and all those issues. Nothing for black folks who vote at the highest percentage for them. So we're simply looking at them and saying, nah, y'all ain't about that life, and we don't need you. And that's why we have canceled and evicted the Democratic plantation. I ain't even get to the point where they start trying to insult us because we don't want to vote for them. See, every time you look at them, you see somebody who is an enemy, a foe, in opposition. You don't look at the Democratic Party and see anybody who's really advocating for you. Think about this, family. If the Democrats have been so down for black folks, And if they've done so many things for Black Americans, how come every 4 years they tell us our life is on the line? Think about that, fam. How damn good of a party can you be if every 4 years you threaten us with going back into slavery? How can you threaten us with being deported? That don't sound like somebody who's been doing a damn good job at all. How can you be the political representation for us, and every 4 years you tell us we about to be in shackles again? Every 4 years you tell us we're about to be deported. Every 4 years you tell us our life is on the line. That's like you being somebody's bodyguard and you tell them every day, today might be the day that you get axed off. Today might be the day you get unalived. I think you need to go get a new bodyguard. What if you had an agent and you hire somebody to be your agent? They say, every 5 days you're going to go broke. Every 5 days you're going to have to file for bankruptcy. Shouldn't you go get a new agent, family? I would say so. And that's where we've been with the Democratic establishment, fam. Every 4 years, they tell us that our life's in danger. So that just tells you that they failed. Here's what I want. And I want a lot of people to do this. I want the Democratic Party to just throw a press conference and tell everybody that they failed Black America and they can't handle the Republicans. See, what they want to do is use the Republicans blocked it excuse over and over and over again without just openly admitting that they're losing to the Republicans and they can't handle the Republicans. We'll move much better when you just admit that either A, you benign neglect us on purpose, you stifle us and stall us on purpose, or you just can't handle the Republicans, so we don't need to vote for you anyway. See, they try to get us to vote for them with the notion that they're going to stop the Republicans. But when you look at all their excuses, they keep telling us that they can't stop the Republicans. So it's time to call them bluff and have everybody come to the table. I want every Democrat to acknowledge either A, you've been purposely trying to stifle Black Americans, or B, you just cannot stop the Republicans. And both of those answers are enough for Black Americans to never vote for you again, because you're inadequate at getting your job done. Nobody's hiring a bodyguard that can't protect them. Nobody's hiring an agent that can't get them paid. So therefore, nobody's voting for a political party that cannot serve their purposes. And that's why I put it on the table for the Democrats. Go ahead now and just admit it. That's what it is. You can't handle the Republicans. Republicans is whooping you up. They got you in a chokehold, a headlock. Just say it, because you're really saying it any damn way. Think about it, fam. The Republicans blocked this. They blocked this. They blocked this. 10 years later, the Republicans still blocked it and still blocked it and still blocked it. 20 years later, the Republicans still blocked it and still blocked it. God damn. Sound like you're getting your ass whooped. And I'm sorry, I'm not voting for somebody who keep getting their ass whooped. Okay? I'd rather just do it on my own. So just admit it. You can't handle the Republicans, or you're purposely not doing anything for Black Americans. But you're not going to give me the excuse that you can't handle the Republicans, but you can handle the Republicans. You're doing good things for us, but we ain't got nothing to point to. Hell to the no. You're getting your ass whooped, and that's that, or you're just purposely going along with it. I personally believe that you're personally going along with it because they never seem to block you in other areas of life. Notice, fam, they don't be blocking them when it comes to the illegals. Somehow that always works. I'm telling y'all, the Republican excuse is exclusive for us. And you can see right there with Barack Obama, as well as Kamala Harris, as well as Joe Biden. And family, when they talk about reparations and who supports it and who doesn't support reparations, family, let me show y'all this right here. This is how the Democrats really feel about us and reparations. Remember when Joe Biden was asked about reparations and his answer was about Hispanic people? Remember that? Watch this.
Since you do support compensation for those families, should the U.S. also compensate descendants of enslaved people? Do you support reparations for African Americans?
Look, I mean, since I haven't spoken on this, got a chance. Number one, the reason we're the country we are is because of immigration.
What?
We've been able to cherry pick the best from every single continent. The people who come here have determination, resilience. They are ready to stand up and work like the devil. We have 24 out of every 100 children in our school today is Hispanic, is Hispanic, is Hispanic.
Fam, does this look like the Republicans blocked it? Or does this look like he ain't interested? This looks just like Barack Obama saying that he ain't gonna do nothing for us and Kamala Harris ain't gonna do nothing for us. We putting an end to the Republicans blocked it. You don't want to do it. And you're using the Republicans as a get out of jail free card. How the hell can a question about reparations lead to this man talking about Hispanics? Damn.
those families. Should the U.S. also compensate descendants of enslaved people? Do you support reparations for African Americans?
Look, I mean, since I haven't spoken on this, got a chance. Number one, the reason we're the country we are is because of immigration. We've been able to cherry pick the best from every single continent. The people who come here have determination, resilience. They are ready to stand up and work like the devil. We have 24 out of every 100 children in our school today is Hispanic. The idea that we are going to walk away and not provide every opportunity for them is not only stupid and immoral, but it's bad for America. They are the future of America, and we should invest in them. Everybody will benefit from it. Every single American. And
that's how they feel about us, fam. There you go. That's how they feel about us. There go your reparations agenda from the Democrats. It's about Julio.
You should get used to it. This is a nation of immigrants. That's who we are. That's why we're who we are. That's what. The African American community stood up again for me. You've always had my back, and I'll have yours. The African American community stood up again for me. You've always had my back, and I'll have yours.
Since you do support compensation.
There it go, there it go, there it go. That's how it really is, fam, because that's how they really feel, fam. And that's how we know they ain't hitting for nothing. So what we've done, y'all, the grassroots is in full control. The grassroots now has taken over everything. We are the ones who are controlling the narrative, we're controlling the agenda, and we're controlling anything that's spoken about reparations. This is why they send out all these different people with all these different analogies and all these different phrases, because they're trying to stop us from having control. And the only time you do that is when you're afraid, and they are afraid, and they should be very effing afraid, because we ain't stopping. Okay, this reparations wave, this reparations vibe, this reparations energy is powerful because it's in the hands of the people that it rightfully belongs to. Remember this, fam. There's only been one true advocate for reparations in the United States of America, and that is the certified foundational Black American grassroots. The Democrats, the Democratic puppets, the Democratic smuts, the Democratic minions, they're no more than just outliners who are trying to stop us and stifle us, and it ain't working. So the fact now, fam, that they're reaching and they're trying to come up with something, and they see that this reparations train has taken off and they're not invited, they done been pink slipped and evicted and thrown the hell out on the corner, and they are politically homeless. That's why you're starting to see them melting down and crashing out. Joyless Reed is not a reparationist. F her. Angela Cry is not a reparationist. F her. D.L. Hughley is not a reparationist. F him, or shall I say her. All of them can get the hell out of here and can kick rocks because they don't represent foundational Black America. See, notice, y'all, they only want to bring up reparations now that they can dump it on Donald Trump. You guys notice that? When have they ever mentioned reparations? I'm talking about the logistics of reparations, the data, the statistics. When have they really got down to the meat and potatoes about reparations? They don't. Never trust somebody who only brings up Black American issues whenever they can try to dump some type of blame on Donald Trump and the Republicans, because that lets you know that this is purely a political tactic to garner votes for their political party. That's a Democrat in disguise. They are pro-Democrat in disguise as pro-Black. We done shut down and canceled the pro-Democrat who's in pro-Black American camouflage. The days are over of people trying to push Democratic policies camouflaged up to make it look like it's for us. That's been the whole hustle, the whole scheme, and the whole plot, and we done shut all of that down. They only bring up supremacy when they can dump it on a Republican. They only want to play like they love reparations when they can dump it on a Republican. They only want to bring up an anti-Black American hate crime bill when they can dump it off on a Republican. They can point the blame. They can point the fingers. And this is why I would say that they need each other, because it's not about the Democrats and the Republicans getting along together. It's about the fact that they belong together. Remember that, family. They're both supremacists from the same community. They both eat rotten-ass Brussels sprouts. They both love meth, and they both have their selected blackface people who try to push those policies onto our people. But our people say, hell to the no, and we send them all the way back. Let me show you this even further, fam. Can y'all believe this? I mean, this is going to blow your mind, y'all. Y'all going to be like, what the hell? Look at this right here on your screen. Family, why is Two-Tooth Luke coming out now and acting like he's a reparationist? Fam, yes, you done seen it all. You done heard it all. Luke is now coming out pretending that he is a reparationist. This is exactly to our point, brothers and sisters. These people now are pulling people off the street, including Luke, to act like he's down with reparations. This is the same Luke who was running around here trying to say that FBA was a hate group. Now he's running around here trying to say that he's been an advocate for reparations this whole damn time. No, the hell you not. And if you're an advocate for anything, Luke, it's to go get their goddamn gap fixed because people can drive a damn truck through it. Listen, when I'm elected for Congress, I'm pushing reparations for foundational Black Americans, descendants of slaves in America. Reparations means justice, economic repair, land ownership, opportunity, and restoring wealth stolen for generations. It's time for accountability. Make sure you're on the right side of history. Fam, do any of y'all want Luke in control of your reparations? Do any of y'all want Two-Tooth Luke to come to the table and tell you that he's going to lead the reparations conversation? Who's paying Luke to go out there? I'm going to tell you the answer to that is hell no. But y'all see though now, look, fam, Angela Rye, Joyless Reed, Two-Tooth Luke, Andrew Bussy, Butt Plug Gillum, all of them are now trying to act like they're about reparations. Fam, they've never been about reparations, fam. They've never been about reparations. Now they're trying to pretend like they're about reparations because they're trying to take control over the reparations conversation. Nice try, homeboy. This man just literally a few months ago was saying that he couldn't stand FBA. He don't even like the term FBA, y'all. He don't even like the term. So how the hell is he running around here talking about reparations when he don't even like FBA? You see what we're talking about now, y'all? You see what I'm saying? All of this going on right now is the fact that foundational Black Americans in the grassroots, we have evicted the Democratic Party and all their fake spokespeople from talking on our reparations business. They're not welcome to talk about reparations. We don't want them talking about reparations. They're not invited to this reparations conversation. You want to go fight for illegals? You want to go fight for Starburst or Fruit by the Foot? Get the hell up out of here. Look at this right here, family. Look at all these tethers in the Democratic Party. Look at that, fam. Look at all those tethers in the Democratic Party. Look at all those tethers, fam. You mean to tell me those are the people who are supposed to be representing us? Look at that right there. Fam, that right there is what we call tethercrats. Oh, and there's plenty more. There's plenty more, fam. We can go down the list. We can go down the list, y'all. Look at all of those damn tethers who trying to speak on reparations for us. No, you ain't speaking on reparations for us because you ain't a foundational Black American. Point them effing blank straight to the bank. Watch this as well, fam. Watch Luke and watch him having a meltdown.
Moment right now, Black people need to come together. We need to make a decision who we fucking with and who we not. And we need to call out, I'm going to say it right on this show here. Every African-American politician, I don't care where you at, whether you're in Washington, whether you're in whatever part, you need to right now denounce what Debbie Wasserman Schultz is doing. And you need to come hard. And us as African Americans, Black Americans in this country, we need to do a checklist as to who is standing with us and who ain't standing with us.
Luke, here's something Debbie doesn't want you to know. The registered Democrats in that district, I'm going to say it again. The registered Democrats in that district are overwhelmingly Black.
See, Luke's mad right now because he thought he was going to run for office, but that W woman, that Debbie, whatever the hell, she's running in his district. So basically, he don't think he's going to beat her because the Democrats don't want Luke involved. See, now Luke is a disgruntled Democrat. So add that to it, family. The disgruntled Democrat. Luke now knows he ain't going to win. So now he's trying to talk reparations because he wants us to save him because he knows he ain't about to get that seat.
So in the primary, if it's Debbie, Black folks need to have a say. And I'll be honest with you, I don't care who you are and how much weight your name carries. Black folks have been asking when you leave the room anyway, well, what have these Democrats done for us? That I should expect that one there, Debbie.
No, fam. Y'all notice now they're trying to talk like us? Black folks have been questioning the Democrats. Black folks been wondering, what have the Democrats done for us? We need to have a better outreach program. They never talk like this until they realize that they're under pressure and it doesn't look like they're going to win. See, Luke is only talking about reparations because that damn W woman is about to take the seat that he's been out there tap dancing for. That's what this is really about. Luke, you better try another one. You better come back, try again, partner. You know damn well you about to lose out. And now you want to come to us basically and rile up the FBA grassroots. Nah, bruh. Stay where you was, stay where you at, you and your little cheerleader.
Folks have been asking when you leave the room anyway, well, what have these Democrats done for us? That I should expect that one there, Debbie, to do anything for me. You know, Sheila, let me real fast say this about missed opportunities and why they matter.
Come on, man. Right now, Black people need to come together.
Nah, because you was running around here about a year ago talking about, y'all FBA is a hate group now. I'm tired of this hate group FBA. Y'all the a hate group. I can't stand y'all. No. Let me tell you what happened, fam. Is Luke was trying to run down there in Florida. And that Debbie lady, well, I forget her name. She was one of Barack Obama's little flunkies. She ended up taking the seat. Well, basically, she's running. She's going to whoop him. Okay. So now he's trying to come to us and talk. See, anytime a Democratic shield is losing, they start trying to talk like the grassroots. See, they try to rile up the old crowd. They're not moving nothing. They try to go get the typical flunkies. They're not doing nothing. What the Democrats are realizing now is that the only way that they'll have any form of a pulse is if they go to get the foundational Black American grassroots to vote for them. But the foundational Black American grassroots consistently keeps telling them, hell no, access denied. So now they want to start talking like they're all about reparations because they're trying to get us to get involved and get motivated. That ain't working. We see through them. And then they come around and they start talking about what has the Democratic Party done for us. That's our language. Those are our talking points, trying to get us riled up and motivated to go vote for them. We ain't going. Every single time they start trying to echo and mimic foundational Black American grassroots talking points, that means that they're in danger. And I love it. Oh, see, a lot of people hear them talk like us and then they get upset. I don't get upset because I understand you're only talking like us because you need us. But I also understand you not like us. So if you think the average grassroots rider is going to see past all that nonsense that you've been doing, shit. If you think the average foundational Black American grassroots regulator is going to see past all that money you gave to them illegals, shit. If you think the average foundational Black American grassroots rider regulator certified is going to look past all that benign neglect, all them insults, all that shut up and vote, shit, 3 times. So basically, you're a party with no agenda, no votes, because you got no Black support. See, all the Black American support is what's putting the Democrats out of business right now, okay? See, foundational Black Americans, we're over here standing on our own. We don't need them, and they need us very more. So the fact that they're running around here and they're purposely begging for us to get involved, that's good. Family, you know they're desperate when you start seeing stuff like this right here. Look at that, family. Family, would you see that any other time? Would you see that any other time, Black Americans? I'm asking a question to my certifieds because y'all in here thick right now. 2.4 thousand, baby. Family, where did all these reparationists come from? I never seen none of these people is what I'm asking. I never seen none of these folks when we out there standing on certified time. These people are nowhere to be found. So my question goes to, y'all really think this W woman supports reparations for Black Americans? Or do you think this W woman is trying to get Black folks motivated by using reparations as some type of tactic? That ain't gonna work. If you don't get the hell up out of here, these folks just falling out fast and falling out bad, all at the same damn time. Okay, we done ruined a plantation at the same time. Oh, we about to have some fun. Oh, y'all, hey, everybody, smash the like button. We about to cook something special up in here tonight. let's break this down the thorough way, certified time. Family, let me tell you something. When Miss Mayo was talking about reparations, they desperate as hell, okay? They extra desperate. When Two-Tooth Luke is running around here talking about reparations, they extra desperate. But to take it a step further, y'all, when they running around here now talking about all my black brothers and sisters, I'm here to help you. Here comes the vampires now, y'all. The vampires is rolling in, okay? But we right here already knowing what it's going to be and what it's hitting for, and we ain't going for it. We reject all their deposits in full speed time. See, this is what happens when you got power. They don't like it, family. We got power. When you look at the statistics and you see where people get their news from, it ain't them. When you look at the statistics and you see who goes to the rallies, it ain't them. Have you ever seen a Democratic rally, fam? Particularly one that is geared towards black folks? Nobody shows up. Think about it, fam. You can look at the rally for reparations, and then you can look at their Selma March. Nobody went to that damn Selma March. Everybody's at the rally for reparations, and they got full speed television time and everything that they could pay for, and people still don't show up. So what does that tell you about us, fam? I want you to rejoice and own the fact that foundational black Americans in the grassroots dominate the community. I've been telling everybody, y'all, this is the first time in modern history where the grassroots is in control of our community. There's always a tactic to have the puppets and the boule and people who serve their W slave masters. There's always a tactic to have them in control. So, we will go where they want us to go. We're not going in that direction. I made an analogy a few years ago, fam. Reparations is something that we own, but they're always going to send you those designated drivers. What's a designated driver? That's somebody that you give your keys to. But you got to remember, when you give your keys to them, you go wherever they want you. See, they've been trying to throw out these designated drivers. Give me your keys. Can you give me your keys? I'll take you where you want to go. And black Americans been saying hell to the no. You're not getting our keys to reparations. I'm here to tell the Democrats now, you're not getting the keys to reparations. We're not going to hand you over the keys to our reparations policies, our reparations agenda, and our reparations energy. You might as well quit asking and bow the hell down and stay down. You're not getting the keys to reparations because I know what you want. You want us to give you the keys to reparations so you can go give it to Africans or go give it to Mexicans or go give it to animals. Hell, like I said before, Clifford the big red dog and Felix the cat and Garfield to have your reparations. You leave it up to these MFers. So you're not getting that. We're in control of reparations, and you can send out whoever you want. I showed y'all Mrs. Mayo. Fam, look at her right there. She really out here really trying to tell foundational black Americans about reparations. And family, when you remove her, she done send out her son. And her damn son is out here. And he got a question. And he's talking to black leaders. Watch this, fam. A message from Mayo Bob. Brussels sprouts Bob. And he got a question.
One of the biggest blessings in disguise of the whole Trump era is that he has pulled the mask off of this white supremacist system for all of us to see. And I believe there are more white allies right now than ever before who are ready to stand in solidarity with the black community for real change, for systemic change. But we're scattered. We don't have a unified voice. When Moses went to Pharaoh, he said, "Let my people go." He had a specific ask, and that's what we need right now. But it's not our place as allies to make that call. What we need is for black leaders across this nation to come together and to let us know, what is the ask? What is it that you want us to push for? Yes, this white supremacist system must be addressed, but what is the specific policy solution that we're talking about here?
Fam, I told you, all of these people are trying to infiltrate our reparations conversation. They want the keys to reparations. All of this is about reparations, y'all. Every last word, statement, phrase is about reparations. He now is trying to reach out to the black leaders. I thought you had Al Sharpton. What about Jesse Jackson? Can you go dig him up and ask him about reparations? I'm asking. I'm just keeping it $1.50, y'all. Now you want to have a conversation. What is it that I have to do? How can I make amends with the black folks? You see now, fam, when they seen us looking at them damn loopholes, they seen us looking at them reparations, that anti-weaponization fund. Now they out there saying, somebody go stop them. Somebody go get them black folks. Them black folks is getting too close to the bag without us. Send out Brussels sprouts Bob. And it ain't working.
Because we can sit around and rail against Trump all day long, but it's not going to do us any good. We need a plan, and we need to be unified, because divided, we're powerless. But together, we can do anything. One of the biggest One of the biggest blessings.
He ain't done, y'all. He got another message for y'all.
I want to say something to my Black brothers and sisters, and this might not come out right. I apologize if it doesn't, but please just receive it from the heart in which it's sent. I really can't imagine how you psychologically deal with America, with life in America. I talk a lot about Black history and how important it is as a white person. And I mean, just the level of hate that I get because of it. Not introspection, not, oh, let me think about that. Just like attack dogs. And it's not just the hate, it's the insane level of misinformation and ignorance that comes along with it. I mean, I could spend all day, every day responding to comments with historical fact, and still these people aren't going to change their minds. Not one bit. And it's exhausting and it's frustrating. And I love all people, I really do. But it makes me just want to sort of retreat and say, hey, how's the weather? Because it's better than beating my head against the wall. I want to say something to...
Who gives a damn? Well, fam, that sounds like a W problem to me. What that got to do with us? I'm tired of trying to do what I need to do because they don't like me when I do it. Well, you need to go ahead over there and talk to your people because your people ain't my people. Look at this, man. This is crazy. Crazy work. This really started to go into hyperdrive when we were looking at that anti-weaponization fund. See, fam, that kicked into something different. That kicked into an element of Black America hustle that they're afraid of. They're afraid of a lot of things that Black Americans do, but the number one thing that they're afraid of is the fact that certified FBA hustle is undefeated. Whenever foundational Black Americans put our name and game on something, it all comes back to us full speed, and they know that. See, what we've been doing as certified foundational Black Americans, we've been getting to the bag. We've been standing on business. We've been holding it down. And the fact that we've been holding it down, holding the crown, that's got everybody saying, wait a minute, if them FBAs get their hands on that fund, everything can backfire. See, this is the backfire time. Everything is backfiring. See, they try to get us to march, backfire. They try to get us to vote, backfire. Nothing they're doing is working. I'm telling you, every day we wake up and we go down our social media timeline, they got some new little trick tactic that they're doing. And literally, y'all, we laughing at them. How is that NAACP thing working out for them? Is that working? The little NAACP thing against the SEC and the NIL? Literally, young Black American college athletes are giving the NAACP a big F you. They saying, no, we ain't going to go with your little boycott. No, we ain't going to be your crash test dummy. And we about to go out there and get paid. They can't fool the young Black American teenagers right now. Fam, you're seeing these young foundational Black American college athletes, and they're looking at that crash test boycott from the NAACP, and they saying, hell no, if y'all don't get the hell out of our face. Because they know that the NAACP is trying to stop them from getting money, from getting paid. They know the NAACP is out there trying to stifle their progress because the jig is up. We know they try to stifle our athletes' progress, the grassroots progress, any foundational Black American who's standing on business progress. Anytime we're doing something that benefits us, here comes a Democrat trying to tell us how we don't need to. Everything the Democrats do is 101 ways of trying to stop Black Americans without getting caught saying it. They want to stop you, but they want to put some sugar on it. They want to prevent you, but put some sugar on it. They want to oppose Black Americans, but put some sugar on it. Everything they try and attempt to go against us with, fam, they always make it look like it's in our best interest. You know, we got to unalive you to save you, that kind of stuff. And we ain't going for it. Hell no. So that's what's happening right now with this judgment fund. And a lot of Democrat shills watched our epic broadcast on Friday night that went through Memorial Day weekend. And you seen them all in the comment section. People was hitting me up, DMing me. They were very afraid of that episode. Why? It's because we broke down things categorically, methodically, and we showed every loophole that you can go in and you can exploit. AKA, we've cut out the Democratic middleman. But it's not just with reparations, fam. We've cut out the Democratic middleman with everything we do. No longer can the Democratic middleman stand in the middle of what we're trying to accomplish, because what we've come to find out is they're not standing next to us. They're standing in front of us to prevent us from going forward. So you simply handle that by grabbing them and throwing their ass out the way. And that's exactly what foundational Black Americans and the grassroots have done. We've thrown their ass out the way. So now you see how quick and fast we're moving. And now you see how quick and fast we're going. And it's straight to the top, nonstop, family. Watch how we're holding things down and we're moving collectively. And then you can see the fear in their eyes. You see the fear in their face. Think about this, fam. They try to stop us when it comes to reparations. They try to stop us with an anti-foundational Black American hate crime protection. But look what happened to Chud the Builder, a Chud the Builder that they never spoke on. We're protecting ourselves now. See, you got to understand, brothers and sisters, we've been the ones as our own political representation, haven't we always? I mean, we don't have any political representation in terms of people doing something for us, okay? They take our vote and then they do nothing. See, foundational Black Americans have never had a problem with voting. We have a problem with who we've been voting for. That's the issue. Voting, Black Americans have showed you that we have been completely motivated. We went out there. We've been the #1 voter block for a party that does nothing for us. We stood on business and we really kept them alive for years. And now we're saying we're not going to keep you alive if you're sitting back saying nothing when we're being unalived. We've seen the fact that you didn't do nothing to protect us. So now we're saying we're protecting ourselves. We've seen the fact that you have no money for reparation, but you got trillions of dollars for illegal immigrants. So now we're saying we're going to get the bag ourselves. Now this new era, foundational Black American, certified Black society, we're taking our own paths and it feels so good. So we're saying we're going to go use this anti-weaponization fund and the judgment fund or whatever else we come up with to serve our damn selves when it comes to reparations, because no longer are we going to allow them to stifle us in a nice way. And we're also saying we're going to protect ourselves. Since you don't want to write an anti-Black American hate crime protection to serve us and protect us, we're going to protect ourselves. So you're seeing brothers and sisters get that power tool game up. You're seeing us put together little watch communities where we're holding each other down. We're watching each other's back. We know where we're going. We're in communication. It's always been us by ourselves, and we always function better on our own. We built this country on our own. We will protect ourselves by ourselves on our own, and we're going to get this goddamn money by ourselves on our own. Let me show you even further what I'm talking about. They run out here with the shield talk, right? Fam, we got something for all of that. And when I tell you we got something for all of that, it's easy work, easy work, easy work. Brothers and sisters ain't going for the game, because now brothers and sisters are saying, okay, you did all that stuff for these insurrectionists. How come Obama didn't do it?
I'm not mad at Trump for giving reparations to the January 6ers. I expected him to reward the people who showed up for him. What I'm mad about is Black America giving Democrats 95% of the vote for decades and still having the same conversations, generation after generation. We keep delivering votes. Where was the return on investment? Where was the economic agenda? Where was the ownership push? Where was the wealth building? Where was the long-term strategy beyond elections? At some point, the question isn't who do we vote for? It's what are we voting for and why are we voting for them? Lord,
that's always been it, family. That's always been it. Now we're calling them out.
Voting for them. Loyalty without leverage is just dependency. And honestly, that's what the Democrats wanted. I'm not mad at Trump for
There you go. There you go. See, they're trying to do this thing of they're so mad at Donald Trump. Oh, we mad at Donald Trump. We're looking at it from the aspect of I ain't mad at nobody who's taking care of their voter block. I'm questioning why the hell you ain't been taking care of your voter block. You see the difference, fam? All that we mad at Trump about reparations, that's all performative. Let's make this clear, y'all. Angela Rye, Joy Reid, Andrew Gillum, D.L. Hughley, y'all not mad at Donald Trump for giving the insurrectionists reparations. Because your party could have gave Black Americans reparations because we vote for your party. How come you ain't mad at your party for benign neglect and denying it? That's all performative. What you're trying to do is make us look at that Donald Trump situation and say, see, we never gonna get reparations. Instead, since we're so thorough, we're looking at that Donald Trump situation and we're saying, shit, if they can do it, why can't we? See, we're done asking or begging or hoping anything goes on with the Democratic establishment. We done with all that. Fam, here's the thing. We done waiting on the Democrats. People still think that folks is waiting on them. Ain't nobody waiting on the Democrats. We done already got our mind made up. We know exactly who the hell they are. We know they're not going to change tomorrow or the midterms, none of that. Notice the Democrats are always having you on a wait until the next time, okay? It's going to be wait until the next election. Wait until the next term. Wait until the midterms. Wait until we get somebody in there. Wait till we control Congress. And then you simply look and say, You've had all of that and didn't do nothing. So, family, if you had all of that and didn't do nothing, what the hell makes you think that we're going to wait for you to get it again? To do nothing again? Hell no. We ain't waiting. This type of generation with this type of energy and this type of frequency, we make our mind up and then we go. And then that's why things are moving so fast. And family, when you say things are moving fast, let me talk about some people who is moving slow. Look at your screen, family. Now they're literally out here having Haitians trying to push for reparations. I ain't lying, fam. There's groups in California that are trying to get reparations for Haitians based on TPS. And the reason why you get that, fam, is because the Democrats been running around here putting a battery in these people's back. Watch this.
The thousands of Haitians that are under the TPS, which is the temporary protective status in the United States, that is ending on February of next year, February 3rd, I think, of next year. These individuals who are here are owed a big check. Are owed a big check.
How many of y'all feel that they're owed a big check, y'all? Should the Haitians get a big bag, y'all? In a big check? Are they belonging to reparations, fam? I'm asking my certified foundational Black American brothers and sisters in the chat tonight. Do we need to cut the Haitians a check, fam, for being tethers in the United States? Are they supposed to get tether reparations? Because you know the Democrats love their tether reparations, fam. So I'm asking everybody, do they deserve reparations?
Here, these individuals who are here are owed a big check. A big check, okay? You guys will call it reparations. They are owed that. They are owed millions. I was about to say thousands, but now that I think about it, they are owed millions per person.
What?
Per person. So some of you are probably thinking, oh, well, now they want a handout. First they came to our country, they want a handout. First of all, a lot of you white immigrants, don't forget your grandparents came to this country, the United States, as immigrants. None of you motherfuckers belong here. For you to even open your mouth and have a say so on who gets to come here. The reason that Haiti was granted that temporary protective status was because of the 2010 earthquake that the United States government caused through the HAARP weatherization weapon. The people who are being asked to leave came here. A lot of them came here as children as well.
Uh-oh, family. They said that they need reparations. She said she needs it because it's America's fault. Fam, is this a winning plan? I need to know, fam, is this a winning plan for the tethers? Are the tethers going to succeed with this? Is this going to secure the bag? Because apparently she thinks she got the bag in the bag. She said this is all hers, family. I need to know something.
Lost their parents to this earthquake. Women lost their husbands. Husbands lost their wives. Children lost parents. The thousands of
There you go, right then and there, my good brothers and sisters. Oh, man, they not playing. They not playing. They said they want some reparations for Haiti based on TPS. There you go, fam. And they straight up serious about it, too. And I want y'all to notice how she started talking about the W's over there. She started talking about how the W's is the problem. Here's the kicker. 9 times out of 10, when they pull that, y'all, they really deep down inside would agree with what the W's are saying. They're just trying to make it look like they're in opposition to what the W's feel about them. Let me tell y'all, she be sitting there agreeing with every damn word the W's say. Notice that these people get real anti-W whenever they can try to con some damn body. But she's not playing. So notice, fam, look at your screen right there. She's talking about reparations for Haitians and tethers. They're talking about reparations for Democrats. She's talking about giving reparations to black folks. All of these people now are ultra concerned with reparations. But I got to ask this question. How come none of these people are ever present when we stand in on business throughout this country for reparations? There seems to be a hell of a lot of fake reparationists every time I turn around. But there ain't ever no real reparationists present when Black Americans is holding it down. Very, very suspicious. But guess what? That's what you are when you see somebody and they trying to fake the front. But we ain't done with none of that. See, let me tell you something, fam. They really believe in their mind that they're going to try to hijack this reparations conversation. And if you notice, it ain't really been going nowhere. But they get real into detail about it, though, fam. Real into detail. And the game basically is this. Everybody gets reparations. Because, if everybody gets reparations, then they can try to take away Black Americans. And I'm going to say it. I know people want to be nice and all that stuff. Let me ask y'all a question. Since I got my certifieds in here, the certified regulators is in the house tonight. There used to be this thing where, I want everybody to get reparations. Y'all just can't have none of mine. Y'all remember that? That was kind of like the nice thing, to say. I think I might even say that back in the day. I don't mind. Hey, y'all get y'all reparations. I want to get mine, and mine ain't got nothing to do with you, but I want y'all to get y'all just as much as I want to get mine. Fam, I'm to the point now. F them. I don't give a F if they get them or not. I'm sorry, fam, because I look at these other little reparations things, and they're all fraudulent. And they all have a denominator of not wanting anything to do with their own, but they got their eyes on ours. I'm not really into the, hey, if y'all get y'all's cool, and if not, whatever. I'll be honest with you, fam. I'm just straight up. I can give a damn. I don't care whether they get reparations or not. I'm not here to be Mr. Nice Guy. I'm here to be Mr. Paid Guy, because being paid feels way better than being nice. Okay, the only thing nice is about them 20s, 50s. All right, and then them 100 stacked on top. Facts, 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 facts. You with me, family? I'm with you too then. You know what I'm saying? Because, fam, this game where we want to play this aspect of that. Remember, we said the same thing about supremacy. Remember this, fam? Like, we'll tell people, hey, man, we not the same, but I want y'all to take down y'all oppressor. I've always noticed that we'll give them that type of grace, but they don't give that to us. And they would rather side with the supremacist and the oppressor above us anyway. So up to the point, y'all, I am zero concerned with any of these people and their reparations. I don't give a damn. Because let me tell you something. Remember when the UN thing happened with the Africans? Y'all remember they was already on TikTok saying, haha, Black Americans, what you going to do now? Are you going to get it? See, fam, we've already seen when they thought that they had something on us and how they were talking to us. We already saw that. Soon as they got that little UN resolution, you seen how they act as if they already had reparations, and they was almost trying to like rub it in our face, even though they didn't get ish and they won't get ish. Okay. They was trying to run around and say, you Black Americans, you want to be African now, nigga? You want to be indigenous before. Now you want to be us. And now we say, man, well, F y'all then. Straight up and down. How about that then? You dig? I don't give a damn about nobody's reparations. I only give a damn about mine. It's like, no, hold. Let me see y'all face back. Run it back. It's like going to work, family. I'm at the job. I don't give a damn if this man next to me gets paid or not. I know I'm going to get paid. I know that much. And that's how I approach the situation. But look at this right here, fam. Check this out. This is how it's been going on. A California-based Haitian Bridge Alliance is honoring Haiti's revolutionary legacy as the world's first free Black republic by intensifying calls for reparations from France, the extension of temporary protective status for Haitians living in the United States, and greater international support for the Haitian people amid the country's worsening humanitarian crisis. Fam, what does colonization by the French, what does that have to do with temporary status in the United States of America? Do you see how they're trying to conflate two of them? Again, this is why I say I don't give a damn about the next man getting paid, because I'm about my money. They're trying to tie in TPS in America to colonization from the French. One ain't got nothing to do with the other, brothers and sisters. One ain't got nothing to do with the other than somehow they want to get in on that USA money. There you go. Making Haitian Flag Day and commemorating Haiti's 1804 independence following the only successful slave revolt in modern history, HBA. I want y'all to, fam, brothers and sisters, don't play. Haitian Bridge Alliance, HBA. Y'all see why Black Alpha said, I don't give a F about nobody's money other than ours? Y'all see what I'm talking about? This right here. What the hell is an HBA? Haitian Bridge Alliance. And somehow it's tying in the French Revolution all the way in to protected status here in the United States of America. Please, this is what I'm talking about, y'all. This is why we standing on our own. Over here, certified time. By making Haitian Flag Day and commemorating Haiti's 1804 independence following the only successful slave revolt in modern history, HBA Executive Director Grulin Zoeif, whatever the F, said Haiti continues to stand as the global symbol for Black liberation, resistance, and self-determination. Now, y'all know like I know that's FBA. Fam, Haiti now is the global symbol of Black liberation, resistance, and self-determination. Really? She argued that the international community must move beyond symbolic recognition and address the historical and ongoing injustices faced by Haitians both home and abroad. This sounds like the diaspora reparations. See, fam, now they're remixing the diaspora reparations and the Haitians want their own. They already fractured up, fam. Look, this is why we didn't involve ourselves with the diaspora. Now you're getting little splinter groups amongst the diaspora now. They got the diaspora reparations, the 6th region, the 3rd region, the 15th region. Now you got the HBA running around here. They can't even get on one page, y'all. But furthermore, Joseph pointed to the severe humanitarian challenges confronting Haiti, where United Nations agencies estimate that 1.4 million people have been displaced by violence, instability, while millions more face food insecurity and limited access to healthcare, education, and essential services. She noted that an estimated 2.6 million Haitian children currently require humanitarian assistance. What does this have to do with TPS, brothers and sisters? Matter of fact, shouldn't they want TPS to end so they can go back to Haiti, fam? They're trying to get Haitian reparations by saying how bad Haiti is, but they want it from America with TPS, which is trying to send them back to Haiti so they can go fix it. You should like TPS so you can go home. This makes no sense. At the same time, she highlighted the major economic contributions made by Haitians living in the United States, particularly TPS holders. According to HBA, Haitian HBA, boy, if you don't get boy, these some biting, boy, get your own shit. God damn, boy. Fam, we done seen HBA now. If they don't stop, Haitian TPS recipients contribute approximately $5.9 billion annually to the United States economy and pay an estimated $1.5 billion in federal taxes. Bullshit. Sorry. I'm sorry, y'all. Local taxes each year. Roughly 200,000 Haitian TPS holders are employed across critical sectors, including healthcare, caregiving, agricultural, and transportation and hospitality. I don't buy none of that, by the way. Joseph also underscored the importance of the remnants sent by the Haitian diaspora, noting that approximately $4.5 billion flowed into Haiti in 2024. Why don't you flow into Haiti and go do it yourself? So you're sending Black American money to Haiti. So basically that's what you're doing. Providing essential support for countless families and accounting for a significant portion of the country's economy. Then how come you don't go over there and do it? See, you want to do it from over here. You still ain't told me that you want to go do it. How about you go do it? How about this one? Watch this one, family. In addition to immigration protections, HBA renewed demands for reparative justice from France over the so-called independence debt imposed on Haiti after independence and financial burden historians and advocates say crippled the country's development for generations. Then why don't you go over there yourself? Haitian Flag Day is a reminder that Haiti changed the course of world history through its fight for Black freedom, Joseph said, while stressing that Haitians continue to endure the consequences of historic exploitation, political instability, anti-Black immigration policies, and family separation. Yes, now they want to talk about anti-Black. Haitian Flag Day is a reminder that Haiti changed the course of world history through its fight for Black freedom. No, you didn't. Even further, family, they take it all the way there and they say, Joseph said HBA has continued advocating in Congress and the courts for Haitian immigrants and other marginalized communities. She noted that the U.S. House of Representatives recently approved legislation led by Ayanna Pressley seeking a 3-year extension of TPS protections for Haitian nationals while advocating efforts continue in the Senate. Ayanna Pressley, the same Ayanna Pressley that's been talking about HR 40 soon as we start talking about the anti-weaponization fund. Yeah, see how it all ties in, family? Out of nowhere now, you see a push for Haitian reparations. The same time they're trying to get Black Americans to stop trying to get our own reparations through the Judgment Fund. HBA is also calling for an end to deportations to Haiti. There you go. That's what it's really about, y'all. You don't want to go back to Haiti. And the international engagement centered on Haitian-led solutions armed at restoring long-term stability, security, prosperity for Haitian people. So basically, you want to do all those things for Haitian people. You just don't want to do it while you are in Haiti. There it is. There it goes, brothers and sisters. Haitian reparations. And they want those Haitian reparations because they understand foundational Black Americans is about to get to our bag. And they know once we get to our bag, there won't be no bags. Let's make this clear, family. Okay. They're trying to have these people run interference because that's what it's really about. So now you have Haitians talking about reparations for TPS. TPS is your reparations, temporary protective status. I call it tether protection service. And all of that is coming out of taxpayer money any damn way. We've been funding all of that. Who you think's been funding that? So you've been getting reparations by being here in the United States of America and being rewarded with all these opportunities paid by said taxpayers, but yet you still want a whole different set of reparations. And you see now they're running with HBA, Haitian Bridge Association. Family, that is nothing more than these people trying to ride the FBA train. Let's come up with something that sounds like FBA. Because, you know, if it sounds like FBA, then we can ride that FBA wave to reparations. Doesn't that tell you that foundational Black Americans have all the motion? We got all the traction, that people are literally trying to hitch themselves onto us. That's the definition of tethers. And that's why we call out the diaspora, because we ain't a part of the diaspora, because it is all based on tethering. They have to tether onto us. We say FBA, they say HBA. We talk about reparations. Now they want to talk about reparations. And now they already got little splintered groups. So you have the African diaspora reparations, the 13th region, the 5th region, the 6th region. How come the HBA ain't going over there to them? Do you see why we want nothing to do with them, family? Do you see why we have delineated and separated ourselves away from all of their mess? They've already got splintered groups in this diaspora reparations push. And it's probably about 15 more. You're going to have the people from the Bahamas. Then you're going to have the Jamaicans. You already got the Haitians, all the different places in Africa where they fighting and warring right now. There's no united front in the diaspora. So foundational Black Americans being the G's that we are, we already identified that. That's why we done separated and pushed all of them to the side. We're all about our reparations. And let me tell you why these people want to cling on to our reparations. Because they understand when we get our reparations, there won't be no reparations for them. That's what it's really about. See, they're afraid that not only are foundational Black Americans going to get money without them, and their whole existence is trying to tether onto us. So when they see us talking about getting paid and they can't get a penny off of it, that's already going to send them into misery. But they also understand that when we get our reparations money and we flip it and we bring the money back and then we build off of it, they can cancel them ever getting reparations because one is going to send them into a tailspin and they're going to be fighting left and right. Let me tell you something, fam. The day foundational Black Americans get that reparations bag, the diaspora is going to go into a full-fledged civil war with themselves. It's going to mess their mind up so much, fam. They're going to be fighting left and right. Hell, they fighting now without the damn money. So what you think going to happen afterwards? Because reality is going to set in and they're going to realize we can't get the money from FBA. The tethering didn't work. We can't come up with the HBA and the ZBA and the ABA. We can't steal their name. We can't get anything from them. Let's just go fight. Oh, fam, you're going to see all those diaspora conflicts that they're always hush-hush about, that the Pan-Africans don't ever speak on. Fam, all that stuff is going to be done in broad daylight. We're going to send all of them into some type of diaspora civil war, diaspora world war, diaspora conflict, feuding and fighting and messy and fussing. And we're going to sit over here and we're going to watch them all do it because we don't give a damn about none of that. That's how we stand it. So they understand that. So the desperation is kicking in full speed. And when I tell y'all why we ain't out here worrying about these people, it's because, fam, you can't build with individuals who talk like this. This is who they want us to build with, fam. This man couldn't even build an actual beard that connects. How the hell he gonna build this? Watch what they say about us, y'all.
It's only in the Black or African American churches where they have to shout, yell, scream, cry, stomp the floor, all in the name of prayer, all in the name of preaching. And I'm not against it. It's beautiful. It's lovely. And, you know, it's the spirit talking. I get it. But why is it only in Black or African American churches? Like, is it a race thing? Because any Caucasian church I visited, it's none of that. Like, they don't do no stomping, they don't do no crying, they don't do no screaming. Like, they just talk to God as if God was right next to them. But when it comes to a Black or African churches, yelling and stomping and shouting and screaming and dancing and pumping the fists, like, why is that? And once again, I'm not against that. I love it. I love to see it. I love to be a part of it. But my thing is, like, when did that start? Like, when did that start? Like, it was like you don't feel the spirit unless you're crying or unless you're screaming or unless you're yelling. You know, that's feeling the spirit. When it comes to other churches or any other religion, you're able to feel the spirit without doing all of that. You know, you're able to just sit there and pray solemnly to yourself and you're feeling the spirit. But when it comes to a Black church or African American church,
y'all see this right here, fam? How we gonna build with this right here? It's called soul, homeboy. It's called soul. We got some. See, that's why we ain't over here getting whooped on by the damn colonizer every weekend. All right? That's why a little 5'2" Jackie Chan ain't hit me upside the damn head with a bed sheet. That's why. You see what I'm saying, fam? This is what I'm talking about. And notice he ain't got them same criticisms for the W's. Y'all see that, fam? Notice he ain't saying none of that about the W's, is he? He done left them out this. He ain't got no problem with how they pray. It's only with us, fam. Is this man trying to find the problem? This is why we say delineation. We ain't rocking with none of this.
When did that start? Like, when did that start? Like, it was like you don't feel the spirit unless you're crying or unless you're screaming or unless you're yelling. You know, that's feeling the spirit. When it comes to other churches or any other religion, you're able to feel the spirit without doing all of that. You know, you're able to just sit there and pray solemnly to yourself and you're feeling the spirit. But when it comes to a Black church or African American church, you're shouting, you're screaming, you're yelling, oh, thank you. Like, where's the connotation? When did that, start? When did that become a normal thing? I'm just asking. Once again, I'm not against it. I'm just asking, like, when did that start? Like, when was that a normal thing? Like, who was the first one to scream and shout and yell in the church and everybody would just follow along? Like, it's only in the Black or African American churches where they have to shout, yell, scream.
There you go, fam. And it's funny because on another time, they're going to try to tell us that we get our spirituality from them. Fam, you see how they all over the place, fam? You see what I'm talking about? Man, I need the damn Febreze, boy. I'm sorry. There's some people I know are musty. That MFer is musty as hell. He'll take up a whole goddamn aisleway if you seen him in the damn store. You see what we talking about, fam? This is what we mean when we tell y'all that these individuals, they not like us. By no way are these individuals like us, okay? And this is why we are separating the reparations claim, fam. See, foundational Black Americans, we made reparations popping, so now all these other people want to get involved in it. Political parties, you're talking about the Mayo Society, you got tethers popping up, they coming up with fake names to try to be like us. This is exactly what we mean. You can't build with none of that, and we don't want to build with none of that at all. See, we're not going to play this game where these individuals are down with us and they can just say whatever and we just go with it. We're not going with none of that. Hell no. That boy, your hairline twisted. You need about 15 sticks of deodorant. You need some damn perfume. You need some cologne. You need all that bleach. It's funny, boy, they be swimming in bleach, but they don't be fixing that damn stench. All right. You need bleach. You need to quit worrying about damn skin bleach. And you better start worrying about cleaning bleach. Yeah, you need Mr. Clean to pull on up because it ain't working for you, partner. And that's what we mean. They don't have the soul and the energy. See, that's what we're talking about, y'all. And let me tell you something. If somebody does not connect with you on that basic level of like energy and spirituality, then you can't really deal with them, okay? All the other stuff is outside elements. But when you start talking about our spirit and our soul and the way we talk to each other, the way we flow, the way our energy connects, that tells you they're not on the same page as us. They're not on the same frequency as us. They're not on the same time as us. That is the number one indicator of why we need to step the hell away from them and why we have stepped away from them. And now they're on their own. Remember, y'all, they need us. Here we go. Black Alpha going to come right back to it every damn time, fam. It don't go nowhere. It don't go nowhere. Again, for the millionth time, they need us. See, that's the power of this era. They need us. The Democrats need us for votes. The tethers need us to tether. And hell, half the time, the Democrats are the tethers. That's why we call them tethercrats. Everybody needs Black Americans. Black Americans don't need anybody else other than ourselves. So do you see why these people are falling out? This is what I'm talking about. And notice when he started talking about the church, notice he didn't say anything bad about the W church. Notice that, right? He's like, notice in their church, they don't do all this. He's like, they just pray to God. You know why? Because he thinks they are God. You got to remember that the W is his God. They don't view the W as a human. They view the W as God in human form. Yes, they do. Yeah, absolutely. This is why the little kids be over there dancing and all that stuff. And you got big old 7-foot tall African dudes bound down to an 8-year-old boy. I showed you guys the footage. That's what this is really about. They love the W. And fam, they love everything that's W. Did you guys see this that came out of Ghana? You know, the same Ghana that wants our reparations. Did you see when the lady was in there and there was no black baby dolls? Okay. Did y'all see this? Let me show you guys this.
I'll make this make sense. I'm in Ghana in the mall, right? And I go into a store that sells kid stuff. So I'm going to go get my goddaughter a baby doll. So I go in there and would you believe that when I tell you there are none, not one black doll there. All the dolls are white. Make that make sense. All of them. Every single last one of them. It's crazy. It doesn't even make sense. Side note, he says to me, oh, madam, would like me to check our other location? I'm like, how about you check this location? Because there's no way that in Africa is there a store that only sells white dolls. No way. There's got to be. We're gonna come here and we're gonna see. I'm in a different store now. And I'm walking around, white Barbie, white Barbie, white Barbie, white Barbie, white Barbie, white Barbie, white Barbie. I'm walking around. Let's go over here. White Barbie, white Barbie. No, I'm telling you, like this is all white Barbies. White Barbies. I need a black doll. I haven't seen one. Harry Potter. This is, not tell you this shit is crazy. This shit is crazy. I mean, does it only the black people not buy dolls here and only white people buy dolls? I'm just confused. We resorted to getting this because they didn't have a doll.
Look at that, family. You see what they end up having to leave with? And you see why we saying, nah, you ain't a part of our reparations. No, you ain't gonna come get in on this damn money. You ain't gonna come get in on this bag. No. Fam, don't ever trust somebody on that type of time. They ain't got no dolls over there. Why would they? They don't want to be black. Why would they sell dolls that are black? They don't give a damn about none of that, fam. They good. They good exactly where they are, good doing exactly what they doing, and they fine without it. They love them W. That's all they want is a W. And if it ain't a W, they not concerned. That's exactly the type of energy that these people have been on for the longest amount of time, and they get mad when foundational Black Americans call it out. Well, damn it, you just gonna be called out straight up. That's how it is. And man, it gets even worse than that, y'all. That ain't even the end of it. Every time you turn around, they're mimicking the W. See, what they want to do, fam, they're only interested in us when they could benefit. See, they want to mimic the W, and then they want to steal from black folks, okay? They don't have any energy for anything black other than stealing from us. That's it, okay? They want to just live next to the W, be in the W's neighborhood, be in his house, be in his country, be in his state, go to his schools, just everything W, go to his churches and all that. The only time they're interested in Black Americans is when Black Americans show them some type of means where they feel they can get some monetary gain. That's really the only game plan that these individuals have. It gets even deeper though. As you see that right there, let me run that back. You see that right there. She got the little bag and all of that stuff. She couldn't get nothing. There was nothing available. Family, I hate to go there, but something even more disturbing came out of Africa just this week. You guys remember that fake? Was it Noah? Yeah, you guys remember the fake Noah, the guy who had everybody come over there and they was coming all the way across from Africa to get on that fake boat. You guys remember that? Yeah, fam, they done up the ante now. It done got even worse. They done replaced a fake Noah with a fake Moses. Did y'all see the dude? I want to say he was in Nigeria, and now he's trying to have a bunch of Africans come over there because he said he's going to split the sea. Fam, I'm not lying, fam, every character, no lie. Hold on, let me show y'all. Every damn character you can think of, they out here trying to duplicate. Now they have a fake Moses. And this man said he gonna split the sea. So you had Noah last year. Now you got Moses this year. Look at this, fam. Look at this right here. Look at it. Look at that, fam. A real life Moses. Nigerian man attempts to split the sea in front of a cheering crowd in Lagos. Oh, look, he got knocked over by the... He can't even walk. What the hell is going on? Look at this. Brothers and sisters. Look at them and some kids. Them and some kids out there, man. Got them babies all twisted up in that nonsense. He over there getting knocked over by the wave. The wave done knocked him over. Fell, hit his damn head on the ground. What are we talking about, black folks? No. Fam, this is it. We ain't wearing that. I'm going to tell you today. We ain't putting on that jacket. That's a jacket you're going to have to keep. That's a jacket that we don't want. That's a jacket we ain't having. These individuals are really crashing out that damn bad. You can't make this up. You get knocked over by waves and everything. Look at it. He said, I do it. Now watch it. Hey, ho. I got to caption it. He said, this is enough. I will do it in the name of Brad. Send me a wave, nigga. His ass about to get knocked right over. Look at that. He's trying to run. Sit your ass down. Sit down, stay down, don't come around. Hell no. That's it right there, though, fam. That's the reality of these individuals. That's the reality of folks who think that they are us. No, you're not. And keep all that over there. But those are who the Democrats want to tie us into. Remember, fam, that ties into the tethercrats, okay? And I showed you earlier how many tethercrats are running around here. Look at your screen again, family. Look at all them damn tethercrats. You see all them tethercrats, fam? Look at all those damn tethercrats. Them folks ain't us, man. Them folks don't speak for foundational Black Americans. Never, not at all. What about this right here? Look at this, fam. I think we showed this the other day. Look at all those tethers. These people are not us, fam. No way, shape, or form are these individuals foundational Black Americans. Look at the energy that these people have. And you tell me right now, where in the world, where in the civilized world would any of that do anything for us? It wouldn't. It don't pay no bills. It don't get nothing done. So therefore, fam, we have separated from every last one of these folks. Every last one. They do nothing for certified foundational Black America. So certified foundational Black Americans do nothing for them. And remember, y'all, when it all boiled down to it, they need us. And I'm going to tell you an era where the Democrats are crashing out. So you got all the Haitians that the Democrats support their reparations, all the Africans and the fake Nigerian Moses, the Democrats support all their reparations. But over here, they're trying to play this fake game that they love us and they're down with us so they can try to take our money. Fam, even the church right now is calling out the Democrats. Did y'all see this right here, fam? Did y'all see when they was calling out the damn Democrats? This, I don't even know who this pastor dude is. Watch this, fam. Even the church is tired of the Democratic Party.
Tired of the Democrat Party making out of our women and out of our men. I'm tired of it. I'm tired. I've had enough of it. I've had enough of it. The man needs to stand up and be a man. Stand up and take back our community. Stand up and tell the truth. And Al Sharpton needs to go. He needs to be off television tomorrow. He needs to go. And Al Sharpton needs to go. He needs to go. He needs to be off television tomorrow. He needs to go. He needs to go. He needs to go. You look at the children that are suffering. ain't got no daddy, and watching mama.
Oh, fam, and I'd be damned if he wasn't talking about these individuals right here, fam. Watch this. They think they slick.
Comments from our panel here, and could we start with you, Brian?
As I value voices against the side as one of the most important perspectives and voices against this, I, as a American male, want to voice my rejection to racism towards Black people. Our American history is entrenched with diabolical racism through laws and just pure evil hatred towards Black people. And I want to denounce that as many times as I can throughout my life. And I believe we as a society must atone for that in unison and together to help bring this country healing and make us stronger.
Final comments from our
Notice, fam, everybody's talking reparations, but y'all seen how old boy was going off, right? He's talking about these type of Black men. Watch this.
You know, let's not forget that 20% of Black men voted for all of this stuff that is going on right now. And these Black men know who they are. You voted for over 300,000 Black women to be laid the off their jobs. Let that sink in. You voted for these high gas prices. You voted for these high grocery prices. You voted for this shit. And the reason why I believe that you voted for this shit is because you have what's called internalized racism. You don't like yourself. You don't like yourself. You know who you are. Let all of this shit sink in. You voted for over 300,000 Black sisters to be laid off their jobs. And you wonder why the sisters look at you the way that they do. You know, let's not forget that.
Why he sound like he was about to cry? Fam, they sending out a man to do some gender war stuff. They send out a guy to do a gender war. He's about to cry. Now, y'all, the reason why them sisters lost their job now, is this what it is? This man was about to cry.
That 20%, let that sink in. You voted for these high gas prices. You voted for these high grocery prices. You voted for this shit. And the reason why I believe that you voted for this shit is because you have what's called internalized racism. You don't like yourself. You don't like yourself. You know who you are. Let all of this shit sink in. You voted.
Nah, I want you to hear this message again, because this is for you.
Tired of the Democrat Party making out of our women and out of our men. I'm tired of it. I'm tired. I've had enough of it. Men, I'm tired of it. And out of our men and out of our men and out of our men. I'm tired of it. I'm tired. I've had enough of it. I've had enough of it. The man needs to stand up and be a man. Stand up and take back our community. Stand up and tell the truth. And Al Sharpton needs to go. He needs to be off television tomorrow. He needs to go. And Al Sharpton needs to go. He needs to go. He needs to be off television tomorrow. He needs to go. He needs to go. He needs to go.
And that's exactly who the hell he was talking about. He was talking about Mr. Crying right damn there. That's who he was talking about. That man was sitting there about to cry too, wasn't he? Wasn't he? He's a Black man. Y'all's the reason why the sisters got fired now. Okay, and you ain't got no woman, okay? How about that one? Your ass needs to go, all right? And I don't mean to, let me leave that one alone. Anyway, fam, let me show y'all even further what we mean by these Democrats out here and how they'll break down. Matter of fact, no, I'm going to take that. Let me double it on back. Okay, he needs to go, and I don't mean to the damn strip club where all the men at, because apparently that's where the hell he be 24/7. Watch this right here, family. Look at this. This is what the Democrats are giving Black Americans. This is why we have separated from the Democratic Party. Ho. Fam, wait. Let me say this real fast. Everybody else gets tangibles. Everybody else gets policies. Everybody else gets benefits. The only thing they give Black folks is a bunch of dancing, a bunch of songs, and a bunch of broken promises. I showed y'all just the guy sitting there wants to go to the Fruit Cup strip club. Okay, he want to go to the Fruit Cup club. All right, and that's why his ass needs to go. And then I showed you that W got to him. I stand reparations. I'm for. He got 2 claps. Right, one person like, yeah, that's fine. Because in reality, y'all, we understand that we are the only ones who holding down this FBA thing. We the only ones who got it made. Everybody else is out there getting all these different things. And this is what the Democrats are giving Black folks. What the F is this, fam? There goes your Democratic agenda. There goes tangibles, y'all. That's what Joy Reid thinks is tangibles. That's what Roland Martin thinks is tangibles, y'all. Hell. What the hell? Look at this lady right here, y'all. Look at this lady right here. What the hell she doing? This lady over here is filming him. She's filming him, y'all. What the hell? There you go. There you go. Meanwhile, another community is getting tangibles. Meanwhile, another community is getting laws. The Democrats just aren't healthy for Black Americans. They're not healthy. I don't know why it would ever be healthy that someone would rather dance than give you tangibles. Someone would rather sing than give you policies. Someone would rather benign neglect than support. That's what the Democrats feel is a standard policy. And they'll still dance. I'm going to tell you today, the Democrats in the Democratic shoes, they'll never stop. They'll dance forever, fam. You'll blink. They'll be dancing for the next 100 years. They ain't got no plan to stop. The only thing that's going to stop is you stop voting for them because they ain't never going to quit. They're going to be doing that right there forever, yo, straight up. And that's why we ain't rocking with them. Dude was out there literally dancing. They was filming them. It's always in dancing. When was the last time you seen a Republican dancing for their constituents? Have you seen that? I ain't seen it. You know what I'm saying? It's always Democrats dancing. It's always Black folk. Woo, now. And somebody said those was mops. No, unfortunately, a lot of those be Black Americans. I'm just keeping it real. Don't get me wrong. You got your tethers, you got your mops, you got your caps. I get all of that. A lot of those are just COONs. They're docs. Remember, y'all, you're going to have a mop, and you're going to have a doc. A doc is a domestic off-code COON. You know what I'm talking about, fam. A lot of those aren't even tethers. A lot of those are the vote blue no matter who's. And a lot of those are the tether sympathizers that love the tethers, just being honest with you. Sometimes it's a little tether, a little Caribbean hair there, back, musty, no good hairline. And then a lot of times it's just the vote blue no matter who crowd. And they still be out there, yes, sir, no, sir, Hercules, every time a damn W shows up. That's just the way those people are. And they'll always be that way because, like I said before, the Democrats are nothing more than the black folks who never got off the plantation. They never got off the plantation. Don't want to get off the plantation. They love the plantation. They love massa and everything you read about. That's just really what it is. And we know what it is. You know what I'm saying? We know exactly what it is. Speaking of those type of individuals, here's one right here. D.L. Hughley, I believe, is from California, if I'm not mistaken. He's just a doc. And don't get me wrong, docs are just as wrong. But here you go.
We're having reparations given out to people that were unjustly treated by the government. Black people should be the first in line. Palm Springs was black people. Seneca Village which is Central Park was black people. So it isn't what you did to us in slavery. It's what you took from us after we pulled ourselves out of our bootstraps, and then you use the power of the government to take it away. You can't say pull yourself out your bootstrap. Hey, nigga, I'm taking your boots too. And I think if now you can give people that shit all over the Capitol money, you can get people that were shit on by the Capitol money. I just think it's that if you're going to say that these people deserve reparations for the 2 years they might have been in prison, I think 398 years of slavery probably is the same thing.
Then why don't the Democrats do it there, DL? Why don't the Democrats do it? Down low. See, fam, you notice how they just talk around the Democrats? Their whole life is just Republican. How come the Democrats don't do it? That's what they always seem to skip over. Well, I believe we should do this. Then why don't the Democrats do it? Why are you pressing? Hold on. I'm about to make a point now. Hold on now. Wait now. Isn't it funny that they tell black folks don't go to the Republicans? If a black person says they want to go vote for the Republicans, Democrats say don't do it. If a black person says they support Donald Trump, they say you're off code. You're wrong. You're bad, Negro. But yet they want us to go to Donald Trump for reparations, though. It makes no sense. Anytime a black person says they're going to support Donald Trump, they like Donald Trump's policies, they're down with what Donald Trump is doing, the Democrats get mad that you sound like Black MAGA. You sound like MAGA. Ain't that the first thing? It's funny how they don't never want a black American to look in Donald Trump's direction. But soon as Donald Trump starts giving reparations to his people, now they want to tell us that we need to go to him to get reparations. Why are they doing that? Because they don't want us to go to them for reparations. You've been hearing it for how long, fam? Every single time you've been hearing Democrats tell black folks, don't even look towards the Republicans, don't look towards Donald Trump. It's a damn sin. It's blasphemy to even look at Donald Trump when it comes to the Democratic Shield community. But yet now they want you to go over that way. Ain't it funny? Fam, there's only one answer to that, and we're going to answer it right now. This is for D.L. Hughley. There you go, family. It is what it is, dog. It is what it is. And that's what I'm talking about. It's always going to be a lie. It's always going to be a perpetual state of misdirection. Okay? That's what they're always on. And think about this as well, y'all. Think about this. Isn't it funny now that foundational black Americans are talking about going to that anti-weaponization fund, and foundational black Americans are talking about going to that judgment fund to go get a settlement? Now do you see how the Democrats are anti-settlement? But they love settlements when it comes to Ben Crump. Ain't that funny? Boy, I'm going to sit. Let me say something, fam. I'm going to sit here and I'm going to come up with 100 different things to expose these people. Isn't it funny when we talk about going to the anti-weaponization fund and the judgment fund to go get us a settlement, they got a problem with those settlements that's going to get us reparations. But they love the Benjamin Chump reparations, or shall I say, wannabe reparations leader. Remember when he went to the UN? Somehow he done put himself there. And his fake wannabe reparations leader, they love his settlements, though. Ain't that funny? You see how it always shifts. There's never no consistency because they're always lying. They're always lying, so you never see the truth with these individuals. They just make stuff up. That's how they do it. They just make things up. They act like things didn't happen. They flip-flop. They all over the damn place. So on one hand, they tell us the settlements are a bad thing. But if it comes to Benjamin Trump, then settlements are a good thing. You see how they flip-flop? Just the same way they told us we lost our voter rights, right? But isn't it funny, fam, that they told us that the voter rights had a really a gap and there wasn't really anything there and everything was fine. Look how they're trying to tell people that there was a massive black voter turnout. But I thought they told us just last week that we lost our right to vote. If we lost our right to vote, family, how in the hell was there a mass black voter turnout? So wait a minute now. Let's get this right. Let's get this right. They don't like black Americans pursuing the option of the anti-weaponization fund so we can get a settlement there. But they love black folks getting a settlement from Benjamin Trump when one of our family members is unalived. Okay. They told black Americans that we lost our right to vote and Voter Rights Act was under assault. However, they also tell us that there was a massive black American voter turnout. So we had a massive black American voter turnout the same exact week where we lost our right to vote. Very funny. They tell black Americans that we're going to get deported next. And if you look, black Americans have never been deported because we're non-deportable. I see a pattern here of doom and gloom, fear tactics, and fear mongering. What I don't see is support. I don't see upliftment. I don't see assistance. And if you're not getting any of those, then what the hell would you vote for that party for? We're going to get deported, ain't been deported. You don't want us to get a settlement for reparations, but you want us to get a blood money unalived by the 5-0 settlement. You love that, though. And we lost our right to vote, but yet we had a massive voter turnout, which I really don't believe there was a massive turnout. I also believe that's cap. I think they say those things about massive turnout to, again, try to reverse psychology you to get up and go. Fam, every single thing that we talk about with these individuals is dirt. And let me tell you something, another thing they be doing too. We had the broadcast. See, we broadcasted just on Friday, had a massive broadcast. And if you watch, verbatim, y'all, this lets you know you're dealing with a Democrat head. I want everybody to remember that term, by the way, Democrat head. Because there's a lot of Democrat heads out there, fam. What is a Democrat head? You know, people who keep saying, you sounds like MAGA. You sounds like a Trump supporter. We can't do nothing for it. The Republicans blocked it. We gonna be slaves again. If you catch anybody saying one of them, that's a Democrat head, okay? We sat here and had the whole broadcast, and what did I say? I said, F the Democrats, F the Republicans. I said, F January 6th, F the insurrectionists, and F Donald Trump. I said all of that verbatim. Do y'all know there was people in the chat saying, you sound like a Republican? Didn't I just say F the Republicans? You sound like Black MAGA. Didn't I just say F MAGA? I don't know what they want you to do, fam. You can literally say F the Republicans. They're going to say, you sound like Republican. You can say F Donald Trump. You sound like you support Trump. You can say F all of the conservatives. You sound like a conservative. They're always going to run that game on you, fam, no matter what you say. That lets you know they have nothing else to pull for. They have nothing else to go on. And one of the things that they're trying to pull right now is this right here. This is what we're talking about that NAACP flop, y'all. Yes, Democrat head family. Remember that. That's what a lot of them are, boy. They on that dope, that smoke, that yoke. That's what they on, fam. And nobody's going for it. They over there high in the corner all by themselves. Watch this.
This call to action by the NAACP, you think it will make a dent? Do you think it will work? What?
I don't agree with the call to action. I don't agree with the redistricting. I do not agree with the tactics of the NAACP. So as a former Division I athlete, current attorney, I know what a Division I full ride meant for me and my family. I know what it means for other athletes out and youth out there. But to have an organization want to use our most vulnerable parts of society as crash dummies to further their political gain, I do not agree with. So essentially, you want to use a vulnerable section of our community, our children, which are, most athletes are about 16 or 17 when they get their full scholarship. It's a full ride, where in the Black community, the median household is about $56,000 annual income, where you have college tuition is about $80,000 annual cost, to say, turn down your scholarship so that we can keep our political or elected positions that we've held for decades on decades. And now you're left with your family with no generational wealth, no way to get to college. Good luck with that, but we appreciate your service.
Representative Reynolds.
And I'm glad, I love the way she put that. Decades, y'all held those seats and didn't do what you were supposed to do. Now you're asking these athletes to make a sacrifice y'all punk asses ain't willing to make. Bullshit.
There it is.
I respectfully disagree. I understand the position of which he says it, but these are drastic times. Drastic times call for drastic measures. They want our black athletes to play.
There you go, y'all. Drastic times call for drastic measures. It's always every 2 to 4 years, our life is on the line. Every 2 to 4 years, fam, which basically is them saying they're failures. Every time they say this, they're admitting that we don't need them. Every 4 years, fam, it's drastic times, drastic measures. We got to go now.
On their football fields, on their basketball courts, and on their tracks, but they don't want them in seats of representation in their states. I think the NAACP took the right position. This is a bold move to make a point that you're not going to reap the benefits of our black athletes, making dollars, putting fans in the seats, selling merchandise. We can take these black athletes and allow them to go to HBCUs or other states where they're not racially gerrymandering and discriminating against black representation. So I think this is a great move by the NAACP, and I strongly encourage these athletes to consider making this move. This is
No, hell nah. No. You a Democratic shield, and that's what you want. Ain't nobody dumb, ain't nobody falling for it. None of that. This is why I was saying, family, and I'm gonna continuously say it. The Democrats need to just come out and tell us that they can't do nothing for black folks, and let's just quit playing this game. Okay? If every 4 years our lives are on the line, then you are a failure of a politician and you are a failure of a political party. If every 4 years we're faced with being enslaved again, or Jim Crow again, or we're going to get deported, then you are a failure of a politician and a political party. If the Republicans have that much power over you, then you are powerless, and you need to throw a press conference and declare to the world that you can't handle the Republicans, and black folks might as well not even vote for you, and black folks need to take other options of protecting ourselves. That's what needs to happen. I'm calling all the Democrats out right now. You need to admit that you can't handle the Republican Party, because what they do, they'll talk all about slavery coming back, deportation for black folks, Jim Crow again, but every time a Democrat is in office, they declare racism has gotten better. Y'all know what I'm talking about. When Bill Clinton was in office, they said how great America was and racism went away. Y'all know damn well when Barack Obama won, they told us we can't even bring up supremacy no more. And it wasn't the Republicans saying this. It was the Democrats that were running around here declaring the end of racism as soon as Barack Obama got elected. They were running around telling black folks, quit complaining. Oh, let's go there, fam. Let's talk about the John Lewises of the world. John Lewis ran around here and he was telling black folks, quit complaining about racism because we didn't have it as bad as he had it on Selma. And things have changed. Martin Luther King had a dream and racism walked away. That was the Democrats' talking point. So whenever the Democrats are in power, they declare racism is over and America got better. Remember the better racism? Y'all remember that? That came from the Democrats. That's a Democratic talking point. That didn't come from the Republicans. That was a Democratic talking point. They're the ones always saying it. How do you know it came from the Democrats? It's because the Republicans say there was never no damn racism. And the Democrats say there's only racism when there's a Republican in office. That's how it goes. What about Joe Biden? When Joe Biden was elected just 2 years ago, he said the American people are not racist. Kamala Harris, just a year and a half ago, said that America's not a racist country. So how the hell did just a year and a half ago, America wasn't a racist country, but now it's Jim Crow 2.0, and we're going to be enslaved again? Do you see the denominator? Whenever a Republican's in office, Democrats tell us how bad and how racist America is. Whenever a Democrat's in office, them Democrats tell us how great America is and to get over it. The reason why they say that, they want you to believe that racism goes away every time there's a Democrat in office, because that makes them think we're going to stop asking for something. The reason they say things like America got better and there's no more racism when there's a Democrat in power is because that's their way of saying this will stop black folks from asking for reparations. This will stop black folks from asking for an anti-black American hate crime protection. They pulled the same game with Obama. When Obama was in office, they were running around here talking about all that things done got better stuff, and black folks was getting taken out every damn day. And what Barack Obama do? He signed laws for police officers. He signed laws for $2 Tontos. He signed laws for fruit stick, fruit roll up, fruit by the foot. And he didn't do a damn thing for black folks but show up at the scene of a hate crime and sing "We Shall Overcome." You know, the same "We Shall Overcome" that they singing in Selma right now. It's funny how they'll sing all these songs for black folks, but they won't write any laws for black folks. That's what happens when you're dealing with these Democratic smuts. They're always working in opposition towards black Americans, and they got a whole playbook of lies, excuses, justification, and alibis. But the problem is now is those lies, justifications, excuses, and alibis, they ain't working. So we canceled all of them, and we canceled they ass at the same damn time. Easy work. Let me show y'all even furthermore what we're talking about. Shield talk, you see it. But family, remember when they were running around here and they were trying to get black Americans to be allies with certain groups over in the Middle East? And do you remember when folks was running around here saying the Iranians is our friends? The Iranians would never hurt us. And we was calling all of that out. Fam, do you know right now the Iranians just literally had another black Americans come help us march? And remember they were talking about Tupac, and they were talking about Huey Newton and Martin Luther King and Malcolm X? Do you know now, and I'm not lying, the Iranians are so focused on getting black Americans to give them our warrior energy. They done threw a whole damn march, and they done added Little Durk. Look at this, family. The Iranians right now have added Little Durk to their black Americans come help us marches. Watch this.
Neighborhood hero, that's our king. Now he's locked in jail. Behind the scene, he had overlooked you to peace, not war. Told them pray together. That's what God wants. They took him instead for the love that he spread. He's stuck in a cell for the truth that he said. From Iran to USA, this is the voice. Our brothers' freedom, not by choice, but by force. This is Victory Rap, Marathon. That's our king. Now he's locked in jail. Behind the scene.
Free Durk, y'all. They went from using Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, and Huey Newton to now it's Free Durk. They think Little Durk is going to get us to go stick up for them. Little Durk wasn't no damn freedom fighter.
Neighborhood hero, that's our king. Now he's locked in jail. Behind the scene, he had overlooked you to peace, not war. Told them pray together. That's what God wants. They took him instead for the love that he spread. He's stuck in a cell for the truth that he said. From Iran to USA, this is the voice. Our brothers' freedom, not by choice, but by force. This is Victory Rap. Marathon continues. Assalamu alaikum. Peace. Neighborhood hero, that's our king. Now he's locked in jail. Behind the scene, he had overlooked you to peace, not war. Told them pray together. That's what God wants. They took him instead for the love that he spread. He's stuck in a cell for the truth that he said. Neighborhood hero, that's our king. Now he's locked in jail. Behind the scene, he had overlooked you to peace, not war. Told them pray together. That's what.
For the love that he spread, that's our king. He's, boy, they just reaching. Who's it going to be next, y'all? Who the hell they going to get next? King Von? What these folks doing, man? They going to get Lil Uzi Vert. They Little Uzi Vert. He's our friend. Little Uzi Vert. He will win. What is it, fam? This is, I told, man, fam. And you had black folks that was believing this. You had black folks saying, wait one damn minute now. We can't deny it that the Iranians, they allowed 5 hostages to get away in the 1980s. They don't want to start nothing with us. The Iranians is our friend. Fam, they went from damn Huey Newton, Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, and now Free Durk. And he's sitting there talking like Lil Durk is some type of freedom fighter warrior. That's our king. He went to jail. He be back. We'll be back. I don't know what the hell's going on, fam. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Durk was, man, I ain't gonna, you know what? Durk, Von, all them cats, they wasn't nobody that you looking to for black liberation. Let's just put it that way. Let's just put it that way. So, no, try again. Try again. They done put out Lil Durk. They want us to go stand up and stand on business for Lil Durk. That just let you know, fam, they pull out anybody, man. Let me tell you something. Ain't nobody being real with black Americans good, so we don't give a F. We don't care about them anyway. Okay, you can lie all you want to. We ain't even listening. All right, you can lie to black Americans all you want. You can just come up with any rapper and stuff. You can just pull rappers off the street. Whoever the hell you want to do to go get, to try to confuse us. We ain't paying attention at this point anyway. We don't care. We don't give a damn what y'all got going on over on your side of town, your side of the street, your side of the war. That's your issues. We don't give a damn about your fake ass reparations, your fake friendships and buddies and allies. See, delineation done cut all that off. All right. Delineation got us to the situation that we were just standing on business and we good. See, that's the beauty of being independent. Independent, AKA, means we don't care. All right. And we don't care feels so damn good. I mean, why would we care about anybody else when we so good being ourselves? You know what I'm saying? I mean, we winning in style and fashion. We don't give a damn what these people talking about. Hell no. They got a little dirt. They're going to get a little Uzi Bird. I'm telling y'all, boy, watch. They're going to just be getting anybody. They're going to get goddamn, what was that rapper? Lil Zane. They're going to be Lil Zane. They're going to go find that Lil Bow Wow. Any goddamn body. Black Americans don't care about none of that, fam. So y'all keep on trying to push, but we're not getting involved in none of that because we over here doing our own thing. And our own thing is very, very good to be us, okay? And it's got to be a terrible thing to wake up every day and try to get energy from people who aren't giving you any. See, let me tell you something, family. The most beautiful part about us and us regulators and us standing on business is we have made the change. See, this is one of the times where the change that you're seeing is a change that's occurring right in front of your eyes. Typically, back in the old days, you would see the changes after the fact, you know, like 20 years later, 15 years later, 5 years later, 10 years later, you would see things changing. Not in this era. In this era, you're like literally watching us make the world change. And you're literally watching people who didn't believe us become believers. We're making everybody believers. Because I remember when folks didn't believe it. I remember when folks like, that ain't going to happen. Fam, nobody's talking about them. Everybody's talking about us. That little Selma march, fam, that didn't get no interest. Didn't nobody give a damn about that, fam. That came and went. Fam, think about it, y'all. They went back down to Selma. When was the last time y'all heard anybody even talking about that other than us roasting it? Let me say, fam, other than Black Americans roasting these people, when was the last time you heard anybody talking about that Selma march? It just happened a few days ago. It just happened, fam. They had every damn politician. They was pulling them off the street. They had all these different folks going down there. A whole push for that Selma thing. When was the last time you even heard anybody talk? Fam, it was on what, last weekend? Ain't nobody talking about that last weekend that just passed. Nobody give a damn. Who's watching that? Nobody cares. See, let me show y'all, fam. Look at this. They out here complaining right now. They're saying, well, how come didn't nobody care? How come nobody was watching? Because nobody likes you. Watch this.
My Black brothers and sisters are in Montgomery, Alabama, taken to the streets, marching in Alabama as our great-grandparents did in the name of Black Votes Matter. And I haven't seen a single news outlet or article talking about what my people are out there standing for and currently doing. Hundreds of buses of Black people at that took to Montgomery, Alabama at 12 o'clock this afternoon, putting feet on pavement to protest the redistricting that is eliminating Black seats from the Senate as we speak right before midterms. And everyone's quiet because there's no watermelons or rainbows involved. Even though y'all talk about how we were resting and digesting, now's the time to get the fuck up, and my people are doing it, and everyone's silent as a fucking mouse.
Together, that should be in the midst. More than 2 or 3 here.
They're silent because no one cares. I mean, what do you think happens when you get a bunch of 99-year-old people to go there? Nobody gives a damn. That's why they silent.
You said with 2 as a touching, that you would give us whatever we ask for is more than 2 touching here, Lord. Yes, Lord.
And this isn't a little protest. Thousands are expected to rally and march today in Selma, Montgomery. And guess what? There's nothing being said about it, but this is to defend Black political representation. We're witnessing people in the House of Tennessee, Black Democrats, who were walked out of their positions and told they can no longer participate in the committee because they stood up for our rights, and our people are out there fighting, and no one's saying anything.
That we shall overcome.
So while my people are being dragged out of their rightful places in the government, you're sitting on your couch saying we're lazy. Where the fuck are our watermelons and rainbows? Now my Black brothers and sisters are in Montgomery.
Man, they realizing that ain't working, is it? Man, they always get mad too. Don't they get mad? Democrats, they're just mad right now. They're very negative people, very low vibrational. Democrats are always mad about something. Where are you? No one gives it. Come on, you had a rally and a march in Selma. You were reliving the 1960s. Of course nobody gives a damn. Hell no. No. And that's why foundational Black Americans and the grassroots is winning, y'all. Man, I'm telling you, us winning right now is so powerful. They are absolutely afraid. And we're getting a lot of victories too that a lot of people aren't talking about. There's been some very major, significant things that have occurred over the last few days that is just throwing a wrench in whatever they thought they had going on. So they out there still dancing, still singing, all that kind of stuff, but it ain't working. You know what I'm saying? Because we're out here really putting the game. And that goes back to what we were talking about us focusing on things and activating our hustle. You know what I'm saying? Black Americans, we've been activating our hustle. And I'm talking about politically and socially, everywhere, all across the board, in every aspect of America. Foundational Black Americans are hustling. And what are we doing the most? We hustling when it comes to reparations. The reparations conversation has moved so far because of us. And the reparations action has moved even further because of us. We ain't playing games with nobody. We're not asking nobody. We have disinvited people. They're not included in coming around here. If something's going to get done, it's going to get done from us, by us, for us. And that's exactly why everybody's shook and afraid right now. Everybody's shook and afraid is because the stakes that they had, whether that be trying to prevent us from getting reparations or them trying to steal our reparations or them trying to stall our reparations, all of that has been knocked off the table. Nobody has an angle anymore against us, because foundational Black Americans delineating, separating, and regulating has shut all of that down. So when you take foundational Black Americans, you take certified Black society, you take a bunch of riders, and you put us in the same place, in the same room, with the same initiatives, everything gets done in the process. And while that's happening with us, I mean, some other things are happening with them. Y'all seen all that talk about the green cards? Yeah. No more green cards. And let me tell you, the green card they wanted. The green card was reparations. But they ain't getting that. So bye-bye to a lot more people who got their eyes on our reparations. It seems like they falling out fast.
It's effective immediately per a USCIS memorandum. People that entered on a non-immigrant visa, for example, a tourist visa or a student visa, will no longer be able to adjust their status inside of the United States, with the exception of extraordinary circumstances. Now, we don't know exactly what they mean by extraordinary circumstances, but more than likely they're going to be denying a lot of applications at the interviews. People are now going to have to consular process regardless of if they have a valid entry or not. Now, again, pending extraordinary circumstances, this is going to affect a lot of people that came in legally with a B1, B2 tourist visa, for example, that now have U.S. citizen children above the age of 21. Normally and traditionally, they would be able to adjust status, but that is no longer the case. That is effective immediately per USCIS website. Again, pending, with the exception of extraordinary circumstances, people that entered legally into the United States are no longer going to be able to adjust their status to that of a lawful permanent resident.
Wait till you hear
Y'all in trouble now.
this shit. The Trump administration just radically changed the green card process, making it so much harder to get a green card. Because now, if you want to apply for a green card in the United States, you have to leave the United States to do it. Before, you can come to the United States, begin the green card application, stay in the United States while it's pending. That's going to change. The Trump administration now says most people who apply for a green card actually have to go back to the country of origin, essentially where they're coming from, and they're going to have to apply for an American visa through the American consulate in their home country. It's going to impact students, tourists, so many people. And get this, there's currently a travel ban in place for 39 countries. So how are they going to come back into the United States of America? I don't know. For others, they're going to have to go back to countries where they may have faced persecution, or countries where there are ongoing civil wars. Policy takes effect. It's likely going to be challenged in court. We'll see what happens. I'll have more updates for you soon.
It's effective immediately per a USCIS memorandum.
Damn, all of that, family, while we sitting here and we seeing that birthright citizenship ruling is coming down faster. And you starting to see these people get checked a hell of a lot faster. You starting to see everything work against these individuals, and you seeing more and more stuff work in our favor. That right there tells you everything that you need to know where foundational Black Americans stand, and that tells you everything you need to know where these people are running. So remember, y'all, if we running the game, they running out of the country, and there ain't nothing they can do about it but sit back and relax and enjoy the show. That's the most beautiful thing about what we got going, man. I'm talking about motion feel good. Traction feel great. It feels good to have all of that on our side. And that's the most beautiful thing. So I showed you all these individuals popping up on this broadcast. We broke down on Friday how the Anti-Weaponization Act is and the Judgment Fund, and I see a lot of brothers and sisters. What I'm thinking about, fam, and I want to holler at you guys about it, because we're going to go about this the right way, real action. And a lot of people were saying the same thing. I think we all need to get on a Zoom chat just so we can exchange notes and have some conversations. Y'all let me know if that's a good idea. It's something that y'all really want to do that we can break down for those individuals who are thinking about filing, because I know a lot of brothers and sisters already have. And for those individuals who really want to, understand how it works and check things out, y'all let me know something, and we can put together a Zoom chat to where some brothers and sisters can just be in connection so we see. Because, you can't just email somebody out the blue and be like, hey, I'm thinking about filing. What about you? Hey, me too. How about we all get on the chat, man, break it down, really chop it up, ins and outs, the people who really understand the way it works and operates, and we could all have a conversation. That sounds good. Absolutely. Okay. Tell you what, then I like going fast, family. How's next weekend? We can do it next weekend, fam. Ain't no problem. Ain't no shame in the game, baby. Let's get it popping. That's what we'll do then, fam. So we'll set that all up, and we can all get on the Zoom chat, and then we can have a closed circuit to where we all communicate. And if some brothers and sisters want to do one together, or if some brothers and sisters want to do one separately, and we can just teach each other, each one teach one, right? We all do a little, we all do a lot. So we can all kind of understand and function it, and it just motivate everybody. Because, we step heavy, but we step extra heavy when we got the fam with us. So when we get everybody all together, boom, we'll do that. So next weekend, fam, we'll set that up. So just keep that in your brain. And on Friday, I'll come up with all the details, and then we'll set it up. Boom, we'll do a super Zoom chat, and we'll break it all the way down so brothers and sisters can get together. Because remember this, fam, this is a beautiful thing, because one, you can do it collectively, and you could also do it separately. So I seen one of the brothers pointed out some of the wrongdoings that happened to him personally. You know what I'm saying? Just a personal situation. And you can get it for that, fam. It don't just have to be you going just to go get reparations. That can be an aspect of it. That's why I say all cards are on the table. That's why they're sending out all these options to try to prevent us from doing it. You're going to have certain brothers and sisters who have directly, specifically been targeted and wrong done. Okay, and you will get your bag as well. So that's why I say there's individual bags and then there's collective bags. Both of the bags are at the table. And that's good, because the most beautiful thing you could ever have, family, is options. So that's what I'm talking about. And that's why they mad, fam. They don't really want us to have a bunch of brothers and sisters all together doing it. And then they don't want the brothers and sisters to do it individually. I say, let's do it all. Okay. It's like money, man. I don't want just $5. I don't want just $10. I don't want just $100. I want every damn dollar. I want it all. If there's ever a time to be greedy about the country that you built. So we'll put all of that together, family. We'll make that happen. Double up, bring it all the way back. And then part 2 to that, family, is when you start talking about this anti-weaponization fund and the judgment fund. When you start talking about that and how it cuts out everybody, we've highlighted how you got all these different people who are basically trying to stop this. You ever watch a horror movie and they be getting close to solving the problem, and they say something's trying to stop? The cabinets be flying open, chairs be getting flipped over. They're like, we must be getting close. All right, something's trying to stop us from doing what we're doing. That's really where it is with reparations, fam, okay? All right, it's some old paranormal stuff, fam. Lights is flickering, okay? Dishes is flying off the goddamn table. Cabinets is popping open. That's letting you know you getting close, fam. That's what this is about. You getting real close to reparations when Angela Rye comes out acting like she wants reparations, right? Joyless Reed starts acting like she wants reparations. You got a damn W woman running around here with a big ass sign talking about some we owe black folks reparations. Fam, all that is them out there. Friday the 13th, you ain't lying. I'm telling you, it's just like a horror movie, y'all. You get too close to whatever it is, something's trying to stop us. We must be getting close. That's what it is, fam. This is what it really is. When all that stuff starts happening, y'all, yeah, that means you getting real close to the reparations. See, I remember a time when you ain't see none of that stuff. These people weren't even running around. There was no opposition because they didn't think we was going to get it popping. You know what I'm saying? Now we get it popping, so now you get all the opposition, and this is what happens. Lifelong anti-Democrats are claiming they want reparations. Democrats who actually have a statement that says their party don't support reparations, now they're saying it. HR 40 they're trying to bring back. Fam, they only doing that because they see that we see a loophole, and they don't like the loophole. Donald Trump has unintendedly gave us a lot of loopholes, okay? And like I said, this ain't about Trump. This is about us. Okay, I can give a damn about Trump. I give a damn about them. I only give a damn about certifieds. Immigration, deportations, loophole. This Anti-Weaponization Act, judgment, or shall I say fund, and the judgment fund, loophole. There's a lot of loopholes that foundational black Americans can easily walk through. And it just goes to show you, family, that they don't want us to go there. They want to stop us by every way. And it just isn't working because we're better than them. Fam, we're 100 steps ahead. If you really want to go there, fam, you just want to talk about how the game is being played, we're 100 steps ahead of everything they're doing. Everything. And brothers and sisters are standing on business. Let me show you out in California. Shout out to California, y'all. They're not playing in California. In California, they want their damn money. Remember Gavin Newsom was talking all that talk about money and giving people some type of funds for the fires out there that they neglected and didn't do nothing about, fam? Fam, out in California, they saying, where my money? I see all across the country, brothers and sisters want their money.
Asking today, Governor Newsom, where's the money? Where's the money that has been set aside for Eaton fire survivors? We are also asking today for rebuilding funds. For those who have been able to submit their permits and are at the place of rebuilding, we notice that they are now at a pause. There is not enough funding to rebuild our homes, to rebuild our schools, to rebuild our businesses. We need support today. That is why Altadena has come today. We have over 80 survivors here in the room today, here in the halls of the Capitol, asking for support today. Asking today, Governor Newsom, where's the money? Where's the money?
Okay, stand on it. Stand on it. If you're going to stand on it, stand on it. That's what I'm talking about. There we go, family. Stand on it. Y'all see what we saying? Y'all see what we talking about? This is what we mean, man. All across the country, Black Americans want our money. There you go. That's what we running with, fam. All across the country, we want our money. And we're going to get our money by any means necessary. And you ain't going to play no games with us. You ain't going to hustle us. You ain't going to con us. You ain't going to try to trick bag us. Get the money.
Money that has been set aside for Eaton fire survivors. We are also asking today for rebuilding funds. For those who have been able to submit their permits and are at the place of rebuilding, we notice that they are now at a pause. There is not enough funding to rebuild our homes, to rebuild our schools, to rebuild our businesses. We need support today. That is why Altadena has come today. We have over 80 survivors here in the room today, here in the halls of the Capitol, asking for support today. Asking today, Governor.
There it is. There it go. Let them know. Let them know. Let them know something. Let them know. That's it, fam. Trying to keep us from the bag. See, everything they've been doing is trying to keep us from the bag. See, we're money motivated and money focused, and that's the way you should be in a capitalistic society. They always want to make it look like foundational Black Americans are in a position where money doesn't matter. It's always something other than money. For everybody else, it's money, right? For everybody else, it's money. Look at the illegals. It's money. Look at all the undocumented people, all the migrants, all the refugees. It's money. Look at all the billionaires, all the trillionaires, all the politicians. It's all about money. You got Democratic politicians trying to tell young Black American collegiate athletes, don't go get the money when them damn Democratic politicians are worth millions of dollars. These folks will have $1,000, get a damn job as a politician, and when they retire, these folks got multi-million dollars. It's always them trying to make it look like, oh, it ain't about the money. If you go pray, you go beg, you go be nice, you be a sweetheart. Don't focus on the cash. See, in this era, the reparations generation, we're focused on the money, the dollar bills. We ain't playing games with nobody. If you talking and you ain't talking money, you ain't talking to us. So you might as well be quiet because we ain't listening. You better cut the cash. That's how it is with us, family. No reparations, no vote. And that's what's really messing everybody up. If you really want to get to it, fam, what's making everybody scared and afraid and petrified is the fact that Black Americans want money. money. We all about it. No reparations, no vote. No cash payments, no vote. Cut the check. That's what we talking. That's what we living. That's what we breathing. And if folks decide that they don't want to give us the money, then them folks going to decide which dumpster they going to live in because they going to be homeless sitting over there on the corner. And we going to be counting them hundreds. That's the way the game goes. We are money focused. And yes, it's about money. All that stuff where we going to be broke and we going to be the poor righteous teacher and we be goods as long as we morally good and ethically good. All of that is over with. You can't get no pastor, no deacon, no reverend to come and try to sell us being poor is a good thing. Not in a capitalistic society where everybody else get money. Everybody else get paid. See, we're the only people where ethics and money somehow get intertwined and tangled up. One ain't got nothing to do with the other. One ain't got nothing to do with the other. Because if you got paid off of your ethics, we'd all be rich. And what we realize is I'm going to be morally and ethically good, and I'm going to be good in that damn bank account as well. How about both? Same damn time. So do you see the difference, fam? They're no longer going to push this servitude or being docile or the money doesn't matter as long as we nice to people. Okay, we ain't worrying about none of that. And anybody who tries to sell you that lie is an open op, and we put all ops in one box, and they asses get thrown out as well. It's all about cash, baby. It's all about the money, dollar bills for the love of it. If you ain't talking money, don't talk to foundational Black Americans, because we've been seeing our money go by too damn quick. See, that goes back to the plantation. Oh, y'all gonna build America, bring in all the wealth for America, but don't want a penny in return. We ain't doing that no more. We ain't doing that. Oh, y'all gonna go out there in the cold and go vote for people, and they gonna take your vote and go give it to other people who don't even like you. We ain't doing that no more. Black Americans are saying, if anybody gonna get paid in this building, it's gonna be us. If anybody gonna get 100 stack, it's gonna be us. If anybody gonna have money in their hand, it's gonna be us. And if we ain't getting the money, nobody's getting the money. So in essence, fam, their refusal to give foundational Black Americans our money is the reason why they're going to lose money. That's the difference. They don't want to pay cash payments, then we won't vote, and then they're going to lose their job. And when we tell these folks that it's real time and folks is going to lose their job, remember, y'all, we are definitely in the find out stage of everything. Yes, they are all finding out. We're not in the figure it out, the if you F around, if you play around, if you guess a bit. We ain't in that era. No. We bypassed all of that, family. We bypassed all that. Let me tell you what certified foundational Black Americans are operating right now, fam. Everybody's seeing it. This is why everybody's tripping. This is why everybody's hurt. This is why everybody's petrified. It's because foundational Black Americans, we understand exactly how the game goes. We ain't playing no more games with these people, and everybody witnesses it. And when I tell y'all that these individuals is finding out the hard way, I can show you way better than I can tell y'all. Everybody look at your screen and say goodbye to Al Green, because Al Green lost his damn primary, so Al Green ain't around no damn mo. Ha ha! You ain't want to cut the green, so now Al Green ass is in them streets. There you go, family. And we're going to go right on down the list, and we're going to go right on down the line. I don't give a damn who you are. Democrat, Republican, Lavender Party, Green Party, Off-White Party, Beige Party. I don't give a damn who you is. You're going to all get the same treatment. He lost his primary, so all of that tap dancing you was doing for the Democrat heads ain't pay no damn bills, and now you about to be homeless. You see what happens? You might actually win if you did something for Black folks. But since you ain't do something for Black folks, then that damn reckoning has come. That regulator reckoning. And when the regulator reckoning shows up, all of y'all got to go bye-bye. And we ain't gonna miss you. So Al Green is officially on the Jasmine Crockett list, on the Justin Pearson list, on the my ass is done list. Black Americans done delineated from me list. Black Americans done walked right over me list. Black Americans ain't effing with me list. And the F around and your ass done found out list. And that's a horrible list to be on. But we wouldn't know nothing about it because, family, we just make the list. And they're the ones with their names on the list. That's how it goes. Certified salute. Family, checkmate. We got it all locked. Everybody knows what it is. Certified time. We run the game. All of these different people who come around here and they disrespect our lineage, heritage, and culture, they find out the hard way, Al Green. They find out the hard way, Jasmine Crockett. It's a lot of love in ruining careers, especially people who don't mind trying to ruin our lineage. But guess what? This lineage can't be touched, so you just wasted time. But let me tell you what can happen. In the midst of you trying to harm foundational Black Americans, undercut foundational Black Americans, stifle and stall foundational Black American policies, your ass now is going straight to the unemployment line. And in that unemployment line, you're going to see a lot of familiar faces. Yes, indeed. Your comrades, your buddies, your friends, and your allies are all going to be there. It's going to be the I tried to stop foundational Black American line and my ass got fired line. And there's a lot of familiar faces. And they go down the block and around the corner. So if there's 5 there today. There'll be 50 more tomorrow. 50 gonna turn into 100. 100 gonna turn into a million. A million gonna turn into a billion. And next thing you know, fam, it's just gonna be all of their asses, and they all gonna disappear right in the thin air. That's what happens when you're certified, when you're thorough, when you're part of the reparations generation, FBA Renaissance. You can do what you want. You can do it how you want, and you can do it with ease. And that's what we're doing, fam. We making it look good. Certified salute. Love y'all with a passion, man. You know that. Y'all stay good, stay plugged in. Oh, we got them against the ropes, baby. We got them against the ropes. Hey, check it out. We're going to get all the loopholes. We're going to get all the money right. We're going to take it to the next level. We're going to get the bag, and we're going to do it in the name of foundational Black America. Shout out to the ancestors, and a special shout out to us, fam. The ones they want to be, but the ones they can't see every day. Checkmate. Y'all stay good, man. I love y'all. Much love and respect. I will see y'all in a few days. We'll get that Zoom chat popping and cracking and run it all the way back. The world is ours. It belongs to us, fam, and we ain't sharing with nobody. Feel good to stand on this foundational Black American square, and it's only us right here, man. So y'all make sure, no matter what you do, no matter where you go, no matter where you at, just always know that Black is beautiful, and beautiful is always Black. I will see you guys on the other side. Peace and love, peace and love, peace and love from the #1 activist Black Alpha. Certified salute to the family. Let's go to work. One love, baby.
Everybody knows that all the people don't have liberties. All the people don't have freedom, all the people don't have justice, and all the people don't have power, so that means none of us do.